Flame on! How's everybody doing tonight? I'm here with my special guest, Nick Lenz. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, and you?
And our guest for the show.
Let me try.
Okay.
Wonderbot.
Oh, yeah, no, good times.
Hi, Tivia.
Hey, Nick.
I'm probably only gonna be able to play that a few more times, so I'm gonna enjoy it while I can.
Yeah.
But all that being said,
speaking of DC, I did get a chance to read one of the comics came out last week, Batman Superman World's Finest. And I noticed that Dan Moore redesigned Darkseid because he previously in the book. I know it's a bit of a spoiler, but apparently they went back to the pre-Flashpoint design for him.
Thank God. I would happy about that because let's face facts. The whole new design doesn't work. It never worked from day one. I always did that New 52 design horrible.
I'll agree the New 52 Darkseid design is a little bland, but I'm not gonna say it's bad.
Well, it was designed by Jim Lee.
True. He also designed New 52 Superman suit and Teen Titans designs are all horrible.
Yeah, and there's no denying the fact that it appears that, like, of all the books published by DC Comics, it appears that Batman Superman World's Finest seems to have, like, probably one of the best series when it comes to artwork, because the artwork is gorgeous in that book.
Oh, it's amazing. I'll go credit.
Yeah, and there's only been 2 trades. I have not got the second volume yet that collect issues from the series yet. I've only got the first trade. But it seems like it took a while to release, like, even the first volume. They were like a full year after the first issue came out to release the first trade, the collected first story arc.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of issue, I read everything on my channel, and I hate this issue. The issue is so stupid.
It's a tie-in issue for an event. Granted, it's a.
Which one?
I'm not going to spoil it. It's just a throwaway issue. That's all I'm going to say. If you want more, read the issue for yourself.
Also, to prove my theory, I was living day fucking 1. It went John Tenney 4 and no David.
Is that Connor in that picture? The one with the jacket? Or is that
he
Clark?
That's
I
Connor.
think that's Connor.
It looks like an older Connor.
Yeah, that's Connor Kent.
And
Wait. I'll probably have to wait for the solicitation, but I thought Lobo was the last of his kind, with the exception of.
But here's the thing, though. Brainiac kidnapped Billy a boss of Civilian. Apparently, he's not the last Civilian after all.
Yes, I see the Chinese Superman right behind
King
Connor.
Kong.
Yeah, great character. Still do not understand why the DC Access Title 4.
I don't get all that. Got to like that series. All your Super Son Superman were the best thing DC and action cards. But then Bendis came in and messed everything up.
Poison Ivy 21 by Joella Wilson.
I don't care. I don't read Poison Ivy.
I like the series. Who's black, gray, and green all over? Batman. Uncover how Poison Ivy and the Dark Detective first came to blows in the final chapter of Joella Wilson and Marco Turga's unforgettable origin species story. So it's a finale for a story arc, not the end of the series. Babs Tarr does a very good one. This one. Interesting. It's a good series.
Not gonna lie, I haven't really been. Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
It's a good series. I still don't get how Joella Wilson was nominated for a GLAAD Award. Did you hear about that?
I did.
It was noticeable one of the covers. It was the cover of the very first trade. He was nominated for it. There's the comic we're talking about. Action Comics
1064. How's the Brainiac?
Ooh, look who the writer is. It's Joshua Williamson.
Yep.
House of Brainiac Part 1. Brainiac attacks. Brainiac's Lobo army invades Metropolis, an action-packed, oversized issue. The super family, all the heroes of Metropolis join the fight. But will they have enough to follow Brainiac's lethal crazed soldiers? Can Superman and Lex learn what Brainiac is searching for? He's not battling Metropolis. What's he collecting instead? Interesting.
The big I think cause of a story acting as Superman. This connects Billy both those books and it'll be like Superman was born from Rebirth. It give me that same thing.
I gotta admit, this actually is a smart move for DC have Brainiac basically be a villain for a Superman story.
Not an event story. For conversion, it was horrible.
I mean, it's just Superman and Action Comics. I don't think Power Girl's tied to, is it?
Yeah, kind
No,
of. According to a comment of mine, Power Girl is connected, but not really. It's complicated. I don't know
Shazam!
Power Girl is bad.
Yeah, Shazam! I love this cover. Looks like Batman's in the attic.
I Captain Marvel. Here's the bad news, though. It's not with Mark Wade. No,
Tevye,
it's Campbell.
Tevye, save the commentary towards the end, okay?
Sorry.
Yeah, it looks like Josie Campbell. It might. I hope Mark Wade didn't lead the series.
I have to too.
Because I've been enjoying this work in the book. Is this standalone or is this let's see. This is a
I want to say this is a filler issue.
Yes.
I hope so.
Because it doesn't say it's part of a story, so it's probably a fill-in issue. But the artwork is done by Dan Moriarty.
Destroying the family home unit, every battle with Black Adam. Wait, what? When did that happen? Whatever.
I believe that's in coming up issue. I believe it's issue 7 or 8.
Right. Billy had hired the gods who granted him his power to rebuild it. Oh yeah, because in the last story, cut them all and let them all to commit the gods to stop being idiots and let them actually have the powers. Now does that mean Marvel get the powers back? Gosh, I hope so. They got to get them all buried. But we'll see. What it says, Billy had the gods who granted him his power to rebuild it. What's the party awaits the Captain Mulberry? I'm not going to Shazam. It's Mulberry. Should be. At the end of the new abode. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Find out a new run brought to you by fan favorite Georgie Campbell, new series Shazam, which I read that series. I can't finish it. I got bored.
How was she a fan favorite?
By Amelia Upacino.
Nick,
how was she a fan favorite?
Josie Campbell or Mary Marvel?
Mary Marvel.
Yeah, they say Josie Campbell. I'm like, that makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah,
I haven't seen much of Josie Campbell's work, so I can't really comment on that. But please, if either my panel or the people in the comment sections have experienced her in other stories, please feel free to give me some feedback.
I read that miniseries. It wasn't that interesting. It kind of boring.
You mean new champion Shazam?
Yeah, I read that book. It was so boring. And it was sad.
I heard that the series did terrible in sales.
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh, god awful. I had a source to confirm the numbers with me. It was bad. It was bad.
And I'm like, here's the question: why is DC still giving her work despite the fact her book keeps bombing?
I don't get it.
Wait, she hasn't had one successful book?
Nope. All failures.
Amazon's attack is
horrible.
I forgot she was on that. Jesus Christ.
Did you guys read the recent issue of Wonder Woman? This was a fun issue. It had nothing to do with it. It was interesting. Like, especially the one part of this issue where you have Donna and Wonder Woman playing a PS4 video game Injustice.
Okay, that's funny.
That was hilarious. The fact that she got a chance to interact with all 3 Wonder Girls. The original one, Cassie, and the current one.
You all 4?
Yes. All 3 in the same issue. I thought the issue was really good. Despite what people say about Tom King, this was a good issue.
Yeah, this is getting the Wonder Family
story. The backstory about the Super Sons. I know that. I know the backstory about the Super Sons, that story.
Yeah, the backstory is weird. I did also read the Nightwing issue that came out this week.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, where it's kind of in a way like it looks like next issue has nothing to do with Beast Ward at all. It seems like
it does. It doesn't.
It's a self-contained story.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Davey gets turned into a house cat. That was.
I remember if you were here 2 months ago, we saw them the solicitation. They literally just the cover was the exact meme. I'm like,
yeah, and then he gets cured, and then here's something really weird. They had John guest star in the story.
That's the thing I was talking about before. That's the thing that really took me like, what?
I'm not gonna lie, that did seem a bit forced, but I see why they did it.
Yeah,
they're desperate because they went out and
it appears they're still friends.
Okay,
that part is true. Yeah. But here's the thing that really took me. The thing that really took me about the story: the main villain escapes. What? What the?
Tevia, try not to spoil. Save commentary for the end.
Sorry.
Harley Quinn. Wait, looks like
DC Spring
Nightwing,
Breakout.
Batman. Who's that behind Batman on his
That's
left?
Katana.
That's
Oh,
Katana, Nightwing, Mr. Freeze is in the
West.
corner,
Ably.
and
couldn't
I
tell
want to say
because
Clayface is in the
screen.
back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, can you see? Can y'all see the screen?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
had
can see the
increase
screen,
it.
but wait. Try
Looks like a
clicking
hiking trip.
DC
I
Spring
guess so.
Maybe one. No.
She's still under contract, Tevia. They got to give her something to do.
Yes.
I'm
Somebody
actually
just
surprised to
commented
see
on,
Mike
on,
Barr
our,
here, though.
on our stream. Looks like it's from Twitch. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want the ball for promotion of your channel.
It's probably a bot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that thing happened to me as well. And on my subscription in both these three.
Yeah, I had to bring it up because otherwise, though, someone might say, hey, why would you ignore this comment? Well, moving on. Aside from Fritz Martin, let's see. Who was on this book? Corey Carrington, Joey Esposito, Morgan Hampton,
Patrick Young, Tom could be. I don't know who
One at
these
a time,
people are.
gentlemen.
Mike Barr. I know who that is. Paul Bleacher, I'm familiar with him. He's an old school writer. Ken DiDio, Dano, John Timms, I'm familiar with him. Of course, Dan Moore, who is not who he is nowadays. A lot of these writers, I don't know who the heck these people even are.
That's what I just said.
But look at this. 80 pages.
For $10.
Okay, that makes sense. For it being that price.
Spring has sprung, flowers are blooming, bees are budding, Holly bring the king shot out of Bella and Pretty. I don't get the joke. Whatever.
All writers in the DCU is both here. It's basically a spring anthology book. That's really all you need to know.
Yeah, $10 is, I think that's fine for an 80-page book.
Yeah, you're getting your money worth.
What the hell does that mean? Please don't make anything of this. Please don't be one thing of this, please. If it is one thing of this, then we're screwed.
Harley Quinn's 2024 annual.
I only Harley Quinn. I dropped a long time ago. Okay.
I do. I read it.
Please.
Yes. Let's see. Is it okay, it's not written by Tina Howard. She's the one who's been writing the book lately. Toot toot, ladies and gems. Don't you hate it when you bust your butt left and right with no word? Where you're devoted to life heroism, villainy, or regular personism. Ever needs a break? Which is where Harley Quinn 2024 annual comes in. 40 pages of luxurious luxury cruise based in comedy genre leave you feel rested, relaxed, and ready to freaking solve a maritime murder mystery. When Santana gets framed for a murder mystery on the ship. Oh, Smuckler and Harley on the case. Okay, I have no problem with Harley getting the annual, but DC Comics, can we please stop doing the whole name and year the annual comes out? Just call it by what it is, and number 2, because this is the first annual since like volume 2.
Yeah, that's confusing. Oh heck! Like, why do you keep making it confusing? Like, can't you just make it simple?
Yeah, they've done this the past few years, and I'm getting sick of it.
Same.
Can we please just go back to numbering for these annuals? When Marvel does their annuals, at least they put numbering on them, not put the freaking year on them.
Yeah, well, I'll get Marvel. Even though I have ton about Marvel, so the ASA has been horrible. At least the annuals are consistent.
I might do a separate video on this, but am I the only one who thinks Batman's Chim Zdarsky's Batman run has gone on way too long?
It's been going down there. There's stuff happened. Which is sad. His foot art was fantastic. Bill saved, amazing. I love that story with Tim Garvin. That was my favorite thing that Tim Garvin ever did ever. And I was so happy.
I'm pretty sure that was a subplot that was strictly in the backups.
He wrote it. Not many people make good out like that shit. He wrote it. It was awesome.
I'm not sure why he's dragging out the whole Zor-El thing for this so long, because this is something Grant Morrison did, the whole ultimate personality thing. What Zdarsky is doing is that he's basically continuing something that Grant Morrison started. I don't think Grant Morrison cares the fact he uses it at all. But this is something associated with Batman RIP. That's where the Batman Zeral comes from.
No. Jonah Cameron is Silver Age.
Yeah, Silver Age, but the whole thing of they being ultimate person. Not only a Batman's, that was from RIP.
Oh.
Yes, which if anybody get a chance to read it, Batman RIP is an excellent story written by Grant Morrison, artwork by the awesome Tony S. Daniel. It came out, oh my gosh, like almost over 10 years, like almost
Like a
15 years ago
decade.
it came out. Yeah,
It
it's
did.
an absolute great story.
God, really got on trade.
The
Yeah.
explosive dark prisons continues as Batman learns from an old mentor what Zura's plans are for Gotham City and the world. Can the Dark Knight escape from a prison designed by the ultimate version of himself? And what nefarious roles does the Joker play in all of this?
Good at himself. Is it the Batman who laughs over again?
I don't know, but Jim Lee is doing a very cover for this. Did you notice that?
Wait, what?
I did. Yep, Jim Lee.
I know that.
It's our spotlight. Take a look at these. There's backup by Zardesky, artwork by somebody else, but wow. Like Jim Lee. When was the last time he did a cover?
I think it's been at least 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, has he finally got basically time to do it because he's basically the publisher of DC Comics?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, this is one of those.
Comic Day, 24 week on this, but I don't care.
Yeah,
it's a graphic
novel.
This is one of those original graphic novels DC likes doing for children.
Yep.
They're fine. I have no problem with them at all. It's
The
just
Super Sun one was not that good.
Yeah.
That was a graphic novel.
Yeah.
This one was.
I don't know who this writer is. I've never heard of this writer at all.
None have I. And
It's focused on. Looks like it's focused on Big Barda.
Big Barda, yeah.
Yeah, I had no problem with this at all.
No comment.
Free comic day. Arkham?
Asylum. Better get a Joker's dog and a kitty.
So it's a pet comic.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah.
Probably for kids.
But you just cook those super dog by split it with the villains.
Free comic book.
That is funny.
Matt,
this is John Ford. Oh crap! Already costume.
Yeah, that's.
I think the artist did that to show the fact that Superman's got abs.
Yeah.
Free Comic Day, DC major event. Oh
yeah,
no,
they're very hush.
They're a rumor. The rumor is that this is an ultimate DC universe. I call BS on that because there's no one else in the DC universe actually. Okay, it can work if you have the right creative team. The problem in general is I don't know who they have left in the open DC universe. That's the rumor. Do I be legit? I don't know.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld has spoken on this podcast basically when companies do this, when they put out a book like this with no creative team on it, he says this is actually a really terrible idea to do this because they put it out there. But his perspective is if you can do a book like this, have the creative team ready ahead of time. Don't just blatantly announce a book and put creative team to be announced.
Yeah. Also, Rob Liefeld said that this is like the open DC universe, like more open universe. Since when? When was that legit? If I want to be legit,
I have no idea.
The Earth 1 comics, New 52.
All-Star, but it was open.
That's debatable.
Well, yeah, that's true. But here, All-Star was supposed to be open DC universe. That was the plan. But All-Star was different. It was supposed to be standalone stuff. Similar to Ultimate.
Because
it was confusing.
There's only like 2 books. There was like
All-Star Superman and All-Star Batman.
One at a time, Tevia.
Nick.
Yeah. There were 2 books released. There was one planned to release, but got canceled. There was a Batgirl one. Do know what the creative team was for that one. DC never said. But we still got okay, so Prelude, the biggest DC comic event of 2024 is here. His story, 30 years in the making, is Free Comic Day special. In the final epic scheme, tumbling down, DC was never be the same. Marty is coming soon. Like 30 years in the making. Are you saying this is built since the 90s?
Yeah, I go BS on that. No, it isn't 30 years in the making. Okay, I have a theory. My theory is though. Wait, can you go over a sec?
Take the Comics 1084.
Yeah. Well, not this one, but
I still enjoy this book and I read it. I think it's a good book. I like the fact that basically the whole thing with the Gotham Eternal stuff, it's like a play. You have an overture, you have an act 1, act 2, act 3. That's the only reason why this thing is so long, because basically plays can take a while, and that's where V gets a whole idea from this. I have not spoken about this, but that's basically how plays work. Like, take for example, you go see something like Shakespeare. You have an act 1, act 2, act 3. Maybe spread out, of course, several issues for like an act, but that's what Gotham Nocturnal is. It's basically a Gothic play title spread over the course over the past year. I know some people may not be a fan of this, but I personally don't have a problem with this at all.
Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with cultural styles, but I feel like at least to a degree, this Ram V's run could have been dragged out. Maybe not to the same extent as Chip Zdarsky's, because Chip Zdarsky was pretty much using an overarching story for his run. This is like you said, Nick. This is more of a play structure, so it's subjective. Is what I'm trying to say.
It may not be for everybody, but I like this because I think Ram V is a good writer.
Sorry.
Batman and Robin, issue number 8.
Ooh, I read this one. It's fucking awesome.
Written by Joshua Williamson, art and cover by Simone DeMeo. Apologies if I butchered that. Variants by...
It's really, very mixed in my opinion. I like the story, but art is very hard to get into.
I think Jim Lee is doing all the variant covers for this particular month.
Yeah, I think he is. As Batman finds himself in the clutches of a new cult leader that wishes the Man-Bat. Okay, that sounds weird. But Robin continued his own investigation into his high school connection to Shush. Basically, the principal of my best guess. Can the father and son dynamic duo uncover Man-Bat's and Shush's master plans before Gotham pays the price?
Is Shush supposed to be a psychic of Hush?
No. Okay. Shush, technically speaking, is not a Hush fatigue of plans. Shush is the only character that I think. Obviously, I think we know who it is. I think it's very Damon's teacher. So my big guess, the chief from the William Sands is basically trying to capture Damon. I think. I don't know. It's been a
We'll wait and see. But again, Tevia, try to keep your commentary until the end.
Batman Off-World, number 5, written by Jason Aaron, artwork by the awesome Doug Mankey and Jamie Mendoza. I say he's awesome because he is, because this guy, when people think of his artwork, people think of his work for Green Lantern by Jeff Johns. Because it was him, Ethan Skyver, Evan Reyes. He was one of those artists working on that run, which was really good. I recommend people check out Jeff Johns' one for Green Lantern because it is still holds up this very day as such a good work. Nothing controversial for this run per se, but it didn't exactly go as long as people probably think it would. I mean, he was on the run for 8 years. Like he left the same time Brubaker left Captain America. In a distant galaxy. Yeah. Yes. In a distant galaxy, the villainous Black Sun mining company ruled with an iron fist, murdering or enslaving all stand in their way, but in their face the brutal, unruly fist of justice as Batman is coming to break up this monstrous monopoly.
Batman Doggy issue 2.
I think
they got the Superman forget the name. Space Age. Superman Space Age, but now it's in Batman.
And I can see the cover. That's Mike Aldridge's artwork.
Yep. He drew the last series.
Yeah.
Written by Mark Russell, art and cover by Mike Allred, variants by Dave Johnson and Paul Pope. Oh, and Steve Pugh. A miniseries, issue 2 out of 6. Guilty as charged. When a young and aimless Bruce Wayne finds himself incarcerated, he looks for a way to shorten his sentence and return to his charmed lifestyle. Little does he know, signing up for a tour with the army in Vietnam will change him forever. Witness the birth of the Bat under the watchful eye of the one and only Sergeant Ray Shao Gu. Yeah, I see where this is going.
Yep.
Yeah. Catwoman in space.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Nice.
Yeah, I think this is still 9 Live Stork, isn't it?
Yes. It is. I'm
Wait.
recovering.
Yeah, this is the 6th chapter.
Yeah, I read the recent
Written-
chapter came out this week where she's been infected and Superman's gonna help her out.
Oh, so Batman's not involved in this one?
No.
Can't say I blame him.
It's weird that
Not-
Superman is involved with this because you would think that it would not be his issue, but apparently he is. I think the reason why he's helping her out because of her closeness with Batman.
And the less said about this is all I'm going to say about Gotham War, and I really want to be on camera with this. Say what you will about all the about the editorial with 5G, but it doesn't change the fact that Selina left him and then tried to use the mission as an excuse after the fact, which culminated in basically Gotham War.
And Bane
She
took over
left
the
him
city.
because Bane told her something and left Batman the altar.
Also, Flashpoint Batman was involved as well. His involvement did something similar to Mr. Odd did to Superman.
I mean, what happened Batman 50, you can partially blame on Tom King, but you also can blame the editors for that because they apparently did not want this wedding to happen because all this wedding was a complete waste of people's time and money for it.
Yep, it was all for nothing.
I can't even say it's a publicity stunt because, again, you want comics to sell as a business. So at the end of the day, I feel like that they wanted this to an extent, but then they found out about how Dan DiDio wanted. Maybe we should do our version of All New, All Different, but better. And due to the editorial shift, this story, Tom King's storyline, ended up getting the cut off the cutting room floor.
And it was one of 3 weddings teased that year. It was that one? There was Kitty Pryde and Colossus.
Ben and
Superman. The Thing, Alicia Masters. At all 3 of these weddings, I think Alicia Masters was the only one that actually went through because Kitty Pryde mysteriously got cold feet. And then they basically will bait and switch. Oh, these 2 not get married. Oh, no. Let's marry off Rogue and Gambit.
Yep, that did happen.
Even though they've been on and off for decades.
I don't have an issue with the 2 getting married, but the thing is, unlike Batman Catwoman, which this actually had a build-up for it, the whole thing with Kitty Pryde and Colossus is barely had a build-up. The only reason why I think Marvel did it because DC was doing Batman Catwoman, so let's do our own version of wedding, except that let's have it where the bride gets cold feet.
And leaves.
Yes. And she is barely talking to Peter since then. As a matter of fact, here's the weird thing, though. They're in different books.
Yeah, like Kitty is in the main X-Men book, and Colossus is in X-Force as a super agent, for a spy from his own evil brother.
It appears I saw from the upcoming solicits for that book. It appears to go after the former mission commander Beast. For some reason, Ben Percy's made Beast into a villain.
I hate that. I'm so tired of evil Beast. I can't or Dark Beast anymore. I can't do it.
Dark Beast is not here. It's actual Beast.
No. I know. But I'm going evil Beast, Dark Beast, because he is similar to Dark Beast.
I have no idea why Ben Percy did this for because this is not in any other book. Because Beast only appearing in X-Force Wolverine right now.
Yeah.
But it's different company. Let's move on to Batman Brave and Bold number 12.
It's an quality series. That's all I need to know. It's better than Urban Legends, but not Urban Legends.
Carl Ketchler, Turin Gobek, Dahlia Dawson, Harriet Hanna, artwork, same Carl Ketchler.
Same person. Yeah.
Fernando Persia, Serg.
Wait, Map Sinaguchi, they brought her back? I haven't seen her since Gotham Academy.
Yeah, I think she's probably on the first story with Maps.
You said Fettuccine?
Yeah, I believe I pronounced that right. Apologies if I butchered it.
Was it Carl or Dahlia or
I don't know.
Maps from Gotham Academy.
Yeah, Maps from
Maps.
Not Gotham Academy.
One at a time, gentlemen. Nick,
I think Spring spoke exclusively. I think that canceling Gotham Academy was a bad idea, especially since there was so much story you could still tell. But no, DC axed the book, and then first they relaunched it as second semester, and then they axed that book at 6 issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they realized their error with Strange Academy at Marvel, they tried to rekindle that magic with Teen Titans Academy, and let's just say it wasn't a good job.
Yep.
I really hope that this could lead to our Gotham Academy series because Gotham Academy is definitely a series that has so much story to tell.
Yep.
But yet some higher up DC do not want that at all because it'll push other stuff. Like Gotham Academy, it's a series that had no bad issues. And so, yes, it had tie in the Robin War, but that was a good tie-in.
Yeah, the only good time Robin War, the whole event.
Yeah.
To each their own, Tevia. To each their own.
Fair enough.
Batman maps have unraveled the monstrous enemy that has been terrorizing Gotham, but will they be able to stop it in time? The school bell rings as Batman's adventure at Gotham Academy reaches its stunning conclusion. As Artemis continues her quest, Lois Lane encounters the mysterious figure behind the hunt. The online challenge has entered the real world with deadly consequences. And last, but definitely not least, don't miss the newest installment of Batman Black and White, drawn by one of comics' most legendary black and white artists, The Walking Dead's Charlie Adlard.
That artwork is really good. Congratulations, Nightwing, for reaching 300 issues.
300.
Written by Tom Taylor. The artwork is various, which is basically an amalgam piece. Backups written by Michael W. Conrad, Howard Porter, Bruno Redondo. Oh, no, wait, he's doing cover. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Since the 1940s, you've seen him go from acrobat to orphan, from Grayson to Robin, from Robin to Nightwing. You've seen him work alongside the universe's most powerful heroes against existence's most sinister villains. You've seen Grayson do so many things, but now in his 300th issue, you'll see him, well, you'll just have to pick up the issue and find out. Join us for this Legacy 300 milestone.
Fun fact. Guess what was the last non-comic to reach 300 issues from DC Comics?
Action Comics?
No. Action Comics achieved that feat years ago.
Oh, yeah,
they achieved it back in the 70s, I think it was.
Flash?
Yeah.
Like, it's been a long time since a 300 issue for any comic book.
That's true,
if you think about it, the only comic I could think of maybe could have had 300 was maybe Justice League, but that never celebrated 300 issues.
Wait, Spawn? Spawn had 300 issues.
I mean, from DC Comics.
From DC, Spawn is Image.
Yeah, DC has not done many 300 issues. You notice that? Yeah, I went for Action, Detective, Batman, Wonder Woman had one back in the 80s. I think Wonder Woman maybe the last one had 300. Superman had his back in the
70s.
70s as well.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the last comic book DC published to have 300 issues was Wonder Woman.
That makes sense.
Like, it's weird. The fact that it took this long to do another 300. Not Teen Titans, not Justice League. You give it Nightwing. And look, a 2024 ending for Nightwing. And looks like, I think that's supposed to be his sister. Or at least somewhere.
No, that's B. That's B. From the Rick Grayson clap. I'm not joking.
Yeah, she got a recent mini art where she was the adopted daughter of the Pirate Queen during Bloodhaven's early day. Pirate. Okay, basically the Pirate King was recently taken out. His wayward son tried to seize the mantle. A power struggle ensued, and Nightwing helped B out. They reconciled, and Nightwing got exclusive evidence of Tony Zuko. Spoilers for issue 111, mind you. They finally got the evidence to tie Tony Zuko to the demise of the Flying Graysons. That's basically that arc in a nutshell.
Wow,
so
how boring.
Follow up with that.
The secret origin of Bay Bennett during Never Recent Pirate Adventure. We learned that B. Bennett, I hate that name, sorry, Dick's Rick's ex-girlfriend and the Pirate Queen whose father, the quartermaster, left the entire pirate society. Okay. But what about her life before she became a pirate? Before she met Rick Grayson? Who cares? Just one more importantly, who led her to where she is today? A backstory, no, a tale of betrayal and love and independence.
Basically, this is B. Bennett's origin story, pretty much.
Travis Moore.
Yeah. I don't mind this being told in the annual, she's a character from Nightwing. Of course you give her a Nightwing annual. It's fine. I have no issue with it at all. Harley Quinn. I love that cover.
But the problem is, though, she's from Rick Grayson. No one good at Rick Grayson out of Taylor Lark. I don't get why it's in there.
Tevia, save it for the end.
So I just get caught up.
Happy New Me. Yeah, Tina Howard. Like that is I love that cover. Hi, Puddin'. Meet the new improved Harley Quinn villain for hire. That's right, you jabronis. I'm back and I'm busting heads. Okay, between you and me, this is all part of a secret plan. I'm going to get a study of some Gotham's worst up close and personal. Think of it as an apocalyptic study, and you don't got your brain flustered. Plus, zip, pow, Zenko, through your eyes on my interstellar lights. Your girl take trip to outer space to hang out with the star babes and slay some other space stinkers. Brought to you by my great grandmother Erica Herndon. What?
Who?
Oh my gosh! It sounds so hilarious. That backup story. Does that sound so funny to you?
It does. Not gonna lie.
Harley Quinn.
But
great grandmother Erica Henderson. That is funny.
Birds of Prey is a deep cut. Not gonna lie. But if I had to have one nitpick about this first arc, why wasn't Barbara / Oracle involved from the start? I get why you wanted to add Cassandra Cain, give her something to do after the Batgirls got canceled, but I feel like a lot of there was some artificial tension in this first arc.
Also, what is their base operations?
I have no idea. The clock tower? That's what I've been thinking.
Yeah, I don't think this book has ever even shown their base operations at all.
Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Vixen joins Birds of Prey. Not a bad idea. I don't have an issue with that because here's the thing. She has no history with Birds of Prey, so this is the first time she's a fresh original member. Good job, Kelly Thompson. It's actually really smart move on her part because if you think about it, what book is Vixen featuring currently? Nothing. So her put in this is fine.
Maybe one of the Beast World tie-ins, but other than that, I haven't seen Vixen in my
life. Beast World.
I saw her featured in it was Just Like America with Steve Orlando.
Yep.
Where here's the thing. Batman's on the roster, but she was the boss of the team.
The book was good. I like the book.
Yeah. The Outsiders, I think this is the final issue of the series, this one.
I don't it says it's an ongoing. Was it supposed to be a miniseries?
I don't remember.
I don't know. But I think it's weird. You have an Outsiders book and you don't have any of the classic Outsiders here. You don't have Metamorpho, you don't have Katana, you don't have Geoforce. Geoforce is in jail. But you just have Luke Fox and Batwoman. That's it.
Well, no. Here's the thing. This actually is series to Planetary.
Yeah, it's still a Planetary, but it's just that there are people who are Outsiders fans and look at this book as like, where are the Outsiders? Where are the familiar characters of Outsiders? Like a casual fan, basically, who filmed with the Outsiders, and they see Outsiders. Where are the Outsiders? At least they're called the Outsiders, unlike, let's say, the in-name only Thunderbolts, even though it's not Thunderbolts, it's some other group associated with the Captain America books. Done by the same people, mind you.
Or another example, I think thinking of is the Young Avengers. Well, they are Young Avengers. That's other characters, not Young Avengers at all.
At least
what's up, Taladia?
Hi, Taladia.
Yeah. It looks like it's a $5 book for 32 pages? Seriously?
Yep.
Wait. Okay, I can understand Luke being in this book. I easily can understand it because of the whole what happened with I Am Batman and Jace Fox. Luke is kind of in limbo right now, but there's no reason this book should be $5.
Yeah, no way how it should be $5. Screw that.
Yeah. And look, it's Red Hood the Hill, the follow-up to Red Hood Outlaw.
I probably didn't know what ended. Is it
no, this is a follow-up to that.
Yeah, follow-up? When did it next?
Because the last two issues of the series, because you probably think Red Hood Outlaw ended issue 50 because that's where the trade ended at. It actually had 2 more issues.
Oh.
And this is basically a sequel to that. And here's the weird thing. Lobdell didn't write the last 2 issues. It was somebody else. I think it was this writer who wrote it.
Yeah, because Liddell finished his story in issue 50. Then we got an annual, I think, and that's how the series ended.
Well, there was 2 more issues released, 50 and 52, and that was it.
Yeah.
I got to admit that run for Red Hood and the Outlaws / Red Hood Outlaw was really good. Not a bad issue. That whole series.
The lead of it was good. It's just after Herod and Crisis, I think when the book went to heck.
I don't think Red Hood and the Outlaws even contributed to Heroes in Crisis.
No, it did. But they're far. They're far Herod and Crisis. When Jim Todd talked to Batman about it, he talked about Lawyer being dead.
One thing I love about the series is that in the Rebirth one shot, they actually brought it. They made his pre-Flashpoint canon, his backstory, the one that was told,
yeah,
the one that where he met Batman by stealing the wheels of the Batmobile, which that happened in issue 402, and that Rebirth issue made that canon, which that's good because that's associated with post-crisis Red Hood. I don't remember what his backstory was. They established post-Flash. I don't think they established his origin.
I think they kind of did. Okay, in New 52, we see him with the Outsiders, who I don't really give a damn about 19 villains. Not good group at all. And then we have stuff. I don't know. It was weird, stupid.
Where they're on, they have a spaceship that was it's called the Starfire.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
Yeah, and I think the ship got destroyed by the end of the series.
Yeah, I think it got blown up.
Written by Sean Martinborough, art by Tony Atkins. As hell comes to the hill, literally, Jason Todd has gone up against his fair share of monsters and paranormal creatures in his time, but he's never gone up against anything quite like the demonic creatures that have been unleashed in the streets of his new hometown. Literal monsters roam the city, metaphorical monsters pull the strings in the shadows, and they all have Red Hood in their sights. Now, don't get me wrong, giving Jason Todd his own setting and trying to branch him off in the Bat family a bit, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So me personally, I actually believe that Jason should have actually been DC's Punisher from the get-go, strictly an anti-hero. But I could see how you want to keep him within the Bat brand, given this character's significance.
Yeah. If
so I also he had the crowbar, no guns.
The outfit he's wearing here in the cover, he started wearing that when Red and the Outlaws became Red Hood Outlaw. That's when he started wearing the outfit. I think it was issue 26. I think it was 24, 26. I think it was. Mm-hmm. That's when he started wearing the outfit. He's wearing since then. And I think the character. I think that's original character.
Yeah, she got looks like his partner, but she's blue and Red is red. But he had crowbars now, no guns. Forgive my competing with that, but what's the idea of Red with their guns? Why give him crowbar?
Yeah, I don't get the crowbar thing, but did you know Killer Croc was in the cover?
I want to say that's Killer Croc.
Yeah, I think that's Killer Croc.
Yeah, that's Killer Croc.
I can think it looks like
then
that.
Then who dedicated it? It looks like Luke Fox's father, but not Luke Fox.
Lucius?
No, that's not Lucius. I think that's an original character for the story. But I don't think that's Lucius.
Just that we look at him. He has nothing to do with skin color at all. It's just the way his face is designed. It looks similar to Lucius.
I wonder about that. Maybe James Fox in disguise. Oh, that's funny.
That might have been Mixaplick.
Oh, I love that. That's who it is.
Written by Mark Waid, art by Dan Mora. Beware the power of the Doom-Mite. Following the imp-shattering events of Batman Superman World's Finest 2024 Annual in issue 25, it's up to Mr. Mixaplick and Batmite to give Batman and Superman that they're for real this time. If the dynamic duo of odd couples can't work together, then our entire dimension is in jeopardy.
I love this story. It's an awesome everything I want. Yay, Mark Waid.
Not gonna lie, I actually thought the Penguin was an out-of-continuity story till recently.
I read the series. I didn't know I'm done talking.
If I remember correctly, they set the series up as a backup feature from Detective.
Pass.
The Penguin's returned to... it's fine. It's just it's kind of like, am I the only one who thinks comparing Penguin in that situation to Palpatine being in that situation?
Yeah, Palpatine.
As far as I can tell, I think he's the one of like 3, kind of Batman. Well, he's still a Batman villain, but 3 major who's not a Batman superhero who's got an ongoing series. You have him, you have Harley, you have Ivy. I think DC, the reason why they get Penguin one, because He's one of
Synergy.
He's one of DC's like A+ villains. When you think of Batman, Penguin is one of the villains people think of. So this is probably a good marketing move on their part, and having him have one makes sense because there's like so much story you can tell with Penguin.
I agree.
Because
I agreed. Well,
because he is a fallen aristocrat. Basically, that's kind of his backstory. And of course, here have the Iceberg Lounge, not the Iceberg Casino that Tony S. Daniel had to establish in the first arc of the Detective Comics of Doom 52 relaunch. A casino. Seriously. We think of Penguin, he runs the Iceberg Lounge, not the casino.
also, Brandon, you have the twin children now. Since
The
when?
Penguins, their original characters starting at the beginning of this run. The Penguin's return to Gotham City has been a homecoming in more ways than one, meeting his ruthless, bloodthirsty twin children, the ones who inherited his empire, including the Iceberg Lounge. It's a family reunion for the ages. Oh, and it's bloody.
Oh, fun fact. In the Nightwing book, they established that Bloodhaven has a branch of Iceberg Lounge run by Penguin's own son.
That makes sense. Superman Super Dean. How to play out? Part 2. Yep.
I think this is the other half of that very cover from Action Comics.
Yep.
Yes, I believe so.
Like I said before, it's like
I love these concept, these 2-part gay covers from 2 different books. I mean, it's good. It's probably for marketing purposes. Fine. Also, it's $5.
Why is it $5? What the heck, man?
Because this is going to be a prominent storyline all throughout 2024. Because this is going to lead to like Brainiac Queen and Zur-En-Arrh.
Yeah.
Yes, I could actually see how the price increase in this one is justified. I can see that.
Yeah, I agree with it. Even though I'm not Batman, I hate that. At this point, fine. I'll bite the butt. I'll read this one. Superman and Lobo team up together. The Man Steel and the Man. And now Spit Piker Exterminator. We got the enemy hunt for the Lobo army and Brainiac. Can they get along? Long enough to get to them before Brainiac and next day we didn't brand. Brand the great new how to Brainiac. What does it mean? Well, help me to stop waiting for 2 weeks. Till next time. Same Superman channel. Same Superman time. I had to bring that up. I love that line.
Fair enough, Tevye. Fair enough. Nick, you want to tackle this one? Nick? Hello?
Oh, remember, you have to do something. How to Brainiac Special Issue 1. Yep.
Okay, I guess we'll keep going. House of Brainiac Issue 1, written by Joshua Williamson and Mark Russell. Art by Edwin Galmon and Steve Pugh. And cover by Jamal Campbell.
What a variant cover. It's $6.
An essential issue in the Action Comics Superman crossover as Brainiac's secret history with Lobo and Zarnia is revealed. How did Brainiac create a bottled city of Zarnia? Who stepped up to protect Metropolis after Brainiac's army leaves it in ruins? Will Lois Lane confront Perry White about his own secrets as he runs for mayor for Metropolis? And how is Amanda Waller involved in all of this? All these questions are revealed in this crucial issue that connects DC's Superman-sized event.
Yeah, that whole before I continue, that whole line of confronting Perry White about a secret thing, that was established in the first annual of this volume.
The main Superman book. Yeah.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Bibbo steps up with the heroes gone and the city in need of some champions. Our favorite bartender organizes the community to save their beloved home.
From what I can tell, he's a classic Superman character.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Crush is in Power Girl.
Oh no.
I love Crush. Crush is a great character.
I like Crush.
What's up with her shirt?
Right.
It's like basically, it's like, did they give Crush a boob window like they did Power Girl?
I never noticed that. I never noticed.
I can't tell going off the impression here, but let's keep an eye on that because I might have to switch the banner to late night at the rate this is going. But
but I love Crush. Crush is an absolute great character. Yeah, she's Adam Glass' character, but at least Adam Glass created a really interesting character. That's why people may not like his run. She is one of the good parts of his run.
She really I definitely run. I didn't know it was bad.
And I might only have like one spin-off book, but that's been it. I think it's the first time she's featured in a book since the team book she had with her father.
She did appear in Teen Titans Academy for a few issues, but that was mostly set up for Crush and Lobo. And then after that, she's appeared in a few Pride anthologies here and there, but that's about it.
The third party involved all bad anyway. They want to okay, that's not true. The one third party body I love the Kevin Conroy. The Kevin Conroy party body was fantastic. That was a great story. That was the only story that was good. Everything else, bad.
And also, Power Girl still wearing the outfit she wears over in Action Comics, but
and she's paid
you know
now.
that you know something missing by her outfit? No jacket.
Nope.
Also, they renamed it a Page. Why? Just
probably to help better tell them apart, I guess, because they're essentially the same person. I would have gone with Galatea personally.
Yeah. Her original alias she had was Karen Starr.
That makes sense. I don't know how you put it. That name makes sense. Power Girl. Page?
What's up, What's up, T29? How you doing?
Yeah, I love that cover because I know the artist. I met him. Great guy.
Nice.
And it's greatly drawn. It catches your eye like, oh, it's Power Girl and Lobo. Interesting. Maybe like I guess some people who are familiar with Crush, like, ooh, I'll pick this up.
2 for the price of 1. But I believe this is a tie-in issue to the House of Brainiac storyline.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not surprised, but it's not listed, but it says right there. So if Crush is joining this book, fine. Who else can do anything with this character?
No one.
I really hope Crush doesn't get shelved, and I will do a shelf title Gone Bad 3 covering the Adam Glass run. But before we move on, Crush isn't a bad character by any stretch of the imagination. It's a slow build. She does what she's supposed to do. Maybe you could argue the melodrama was ham-fisted at least a little bit, especially because Damien's not the type of person to lead people on. He's going to put the mission first. He's going to banter. He's a little arrogant. But other than that, he's not just going to lead someone on unless he believes it's warrant within the mission itself. There would just be no benefit to him.
But remember, Jane manipulated Crush's feelings.
Well, there's something that Crush has in common with Damien, with Red Arrow, and with Wally. They're
Wallace to a degree.
Yeah, Wallace.
And why?
They're legacy characters.
They are.
Because her father is the awesome Lobo. Damien's father is Batman. Red Arrow's brother is Green Arrow because Green Arrow's son is Green Arrow. Well, Wallace is the evil Reverse Flash.
Kind of. But
it's really explained. This is something, if you're curious, like, wait, how is Reverse Flash Wallace's father?
It's not actual.
It's not Eobard Thawne.
It's Daniel West.
It's Daniel West. This is something that now Williamson is the one who established this. He did not create Daniel West. That was Francis Manapone and Brian Mucciello. They're the ones who created him. And also they mentioned that book, like he got killed off. That was something that Sean Ryan did in New Suicide Squad.
Which is technically a DCU title, not a New 52 title.
Yes, but that's where he died. He died in the annual for the book. But the whole thing of him being retconned being Wallace's father, that was Williamson who did that.
So, I forgot about that.
And of course, also Wallace got a chance to meet Captain Boomerang, who worked with his father. And aside from that, they've never done anything with the whole thing of like, oh, Wallace is the son of an evil speedster. Okay, but nothing's done with it at all. It just and also because he's also Barry Allen's nephew. Well, the second one. Isn't it weird? We have 2 Wallaces. And the weird thing is, Jeremy Adams called him nickname Ace.
I love that. That made me happy. Most of the I've done Flash. His Flash one, perfection. Chef kiss. Mm-hmm. I love that one.
Oh,
it broke my heart. They left the book.
Yeah.
It happens.
Suicide Squad Dream Team. The book that spun out of Beast War. I'm happy.
Is that Bizarro or Match?
That's Bizarro.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Match.
But Match is dead. Did he die in that terrible Shooter Squad book?
If you've actually read Superman issue 10, Bizarro gets access to magic, and that leads to something going on in Superman.
No. That's Action Comics. Action Comics. That's what happened.
Yeah, is it just me, or is those a tire for those troops? Does that remind you of Starship Troopers?
Oh, yeah,
Yes, it does.
Starship Troopers. But we also have a Dreamer, who I don't give a damn a Dreamer. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn because she's so boring.
Yeah. Nicole Manis. Is that the actress who
That's
plays
the actor who plays Dreamer.
Yes.
Yes.
It's interesting she's writing this book because I guess here's kind of the weird thing. When people think of Suicide Squad, usually people think of classic Suicide Squad by John Ostrander.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I think of. Yes, when other people wrote the book, people like Keith Gibb and Jane DeMatteis, who did Volume 2, which featured the Injustice Gang as the Suicide Squad first issue, and that's been finally collected until recently. There was the run by Adam Glass, Matt Knott, a few different writers that book, and they had the New Suicide Squad by Sean Ryan, and there was one writer I remember who it was, and you had the really good Rob Williams run, though I didn't like the fact that the weird thing about that book is that because in New 52, Amanda Waller was mysteriously made thin.
I hate
no
that.
reason.
That was stupid.
I do not know the reason why Adam Glass did it for, but he did. And then here's something really weird. Suicide Rebirth happens, and she's back being fat again.
Yep. I'm happy about
no
that.
reason. In story, no explanation of why the heck this is. And also, Tivia, do you remember when they had Jim Gordon Jr. part of the book, and he fell for Amanda Waller?
Oh yeah, that's DCU. I forgot on a thing, but I
no, that was not DCU.
That was late. That's before DCYOU. Yeah,
that was actually before Forever Evil happened.
Yeah, that was way early in New 52.
Yeah.
I forgot on the thing. Wait, what? Deathstroke on the team as well? Save the Sun!
Briefly.
Deathstroke was in New Suicide Squad.
Dreamer has made her break with the rest of the squad, and Amanda Waller is pissed. No surprise there. Yeah. Who will side with the dream walking precog, and who will kiss the ring of the DC Universe premier Control Freak? Wait, Control Freak is in this comic? So I had to. That's a Teen Titans.
That's funny.
Teen Titans 03 reference. I had to.
Yeah. I'm thinking probably Waller, who's probably the Control Freak.
More than likely, but come on. Control Freak, DC, who are you going to think of? Come on.
Yep. Good time.
But it looks like based on this thing, they said that's actually Bizarro, not Match.
I was right. Called it.
Okay. Just wanted confirmation on that.
The answer was surprising.
Number 3.
This I want to talk about, but I want to say about this. We're going to be here tomorrow art by Dale Funday.
Again, you can read the synopsis, Tevia, but keep your commentary until the end.
Okay. I'll give you that the comedy. Add Silent Simpson. I can't pronounce that name, sorry. And Lord Zod, General Zod's son, beat the ever-loving snot out of each other. Oh, that's funny! Anyway, it's not out of each other on the street on the planet Zella. A mysterious specter from the past lurks just around the periphery. I can't pronounce that word, sorry. The sinister sons now literally find themselves trapped in a belly of a space whale with no way to escape. That's funny. Love space whale, that's funny. To their horror, they discover that they are not alone in the muck and goop. Enter Spaceman Joe! Dun dun dun.
Yep. And it's not listed as limited series. I think this is an ongoing.
This is an ongoing.
I have it ongoing. Yes. Thank God.
Okay. I know I said I was going to keep commentary to a minimum, but this needs to be said. This really needs to be said. Am I the only one? Now, Nick, you can comment on this if you want. But am I the only one who think that this is a desperate play, especially given the context of Tomasi's original departure from DC? Like, I get it. You broke up the 5G stuff. John Kent's age up. He wasn't really selling well, and his IP can barely stand a few bucks at a convenience store. I understand it. But all this Super Sons revamp, the Trinity stuff, the backup story, and Tom King's Wonder Woman, am I the only one that thinks that this is just desperate at this point? I mean, you literally had a filler issue. You even had a filler issue in Sonic and not Sonic Adventures of John Kent, excuse me.
Yeah, John Kent, yeah.
To where I just feel like we've reached a point where one, you're not going to get that era back, Tevia. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen unless they just either do an outside of Elseworld stories or they just reboot wholesale. Look, Tevia, I could actually go. I could show you the numbers. John cannot sell on his own. If you go on Superman and Lois and swap out John's traits for an original character and nothing changes, that pretty much means that John is bland as hell. That's like Goten from Dragon Ball compared to Goten to Goku in Dragon Ball Z.
At least Damien can sell really well on his own.
Yeah, he got development.
And he had momentum for the Decamber. I'm just sorry, man. You're comparing apples and oranges, Tevia. I'm sorry.
And also, here's something that Damien has over John. Damien's been around since 2006. John's been around since 2015.
2015. In 10 years, in close to 10 years, John has barely done anything except cameos and ensembles. Barely a goddamn thing.
If anything, him and screw everything up and eat him up a crack.
5G was going to happen regardless. They just let Bendis do whatever he wants, Tevia.
The whole idea of this is like, let's have two sons of two famous characters do a team-up book. Super Sons was son of Batman and Superman. This is the son of General Zod and Sinestro.
Yep.
Which I still think Simpson's mother might be Lisa Dark.
I would not be
fine with that.
I really wish they would explore who the mother is, but I'm thinking it's her. That is my personal theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
And I know next book, I gotta say the way to say the movie. You ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Kneel before Zod! Kneel! What a gory cover! You see, it looks like Zod just basically just uses his heat fish to blast someone's guts out.
Oh, yeah, Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. Is DC trying to make Zod like Vegeta?
I think so, yeah.
I would not be surprised. At
least that you don't have Superman in universe snapping Zod's neck.
True. Even though
I have no idea why Zack Snyder thought that was a good idea to do.
Here's the thing, though. Superman did kill Zod in continuity. That is the ultimate Zod, technically speaking, but it did happen. Yes, he felt guilty in that story and he went to exile, but it still happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Warworld in that story. Better than that good for DC. I agree there, Joe 9.
Joe Casey is the writer of this book. The aftermath of a brutal war, the brutal invasion of New Kandor, has cost the Supreme Ruler everything he holds dear. But there will be a reckoning, and General Zod will not rest until he has acted his bloody revenge. Let the universe tremble as Casey and McDad.
Hi, Julia.
Zipper's newest chapter, The Cosmic Odyssey. Hi, Claudia.
Yo, what's up, Nick?
Kind of lost it there.
Wonder Woman.
Yes, you did, Jay. Yes, you did.
Well, that is a very... I love that cover for Wonder Woman.
Yep, I do as well.
It looks pretty good.
Now, Nick, you second to Taladia, you're arguably you're arguably the biggest comics expert I've had on the channel so far. Would you say the story with the Sovereign is very similar to Fury from the Fury two-parter in the DCAU? Like, it is a blatant ripoff of that story.
I think so.
He's thinking about food, so don't mind him.
But don't get me wrong. Cashews. Nothing wrong with cashews, but don't get me wrong.
Me hungry.
Giving Wonder Woman a self-contained story after like what happened with Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods. I understand it, but I'm just not the biggest fan. And forcing the whole Super Trinity Gen S backup story isn't doing this book any favors.
No,
this isn't.
No.
Nope.
And you know, I'll say this right now. I gotta say this. Let me say it, Jay Heat, okay?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This even makes John Kent even more redundant.
Explain.
You don't want the smoke, Tevi. Just stand down now. Don't let him. I've been courteous. I've been good to you. Taladia will rip that band-aid the moment you give him a chance.
Don't make me do it, because don't push my buttons, because I will do it. And I
Yeah.
will show you proof
Oh,
that John Kent is redundant.
yeah. Jay Heath, does this
Yes.
cover remind you of classic Wonder Woman covers? With
Yeah,
her being tied
It
up
does.
like
From
this?
1940s, yeah.
it reminds
Yep.
me of 1950s.
50s.
Wonder
My
Woman.
bad.
That was something her creator loved doing. He loved putting her in
It wasn't
bondage.
50, it was
A
during the
lot,
40s.
like almost a lot of the covers. He had a fetish for that.
And now I have to
Oh.
drop the late night banner. Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Please continue.
Hey, I can't
Oh,
see your
it's showing
face.
Toria's face.
They is so part doing the artwork.
This guy doesn't
Oh.
even have to take up his own banner.
I just did.
He has put up whenever I bring up adult stuff.
Yep.
Anyway, Wonder Woman visits the Sovereign. After being captured by a team of villains, Diana finds herself at the mercy of scariest of them all. Unbeknown to our heroes, the Sovereign has been pulling her strings since the very beginning of our tale. Now it's time to see her to see it's time now it's time for her to see the world his way as she falls under the influence of the lasso of lies. Plus, Trinity visits the past and unexpectedly changes the future.
That part confused me. Because, wait, what? What? How's he going back in time? I'm
Save the
confused.
commentary for the end, Tevia.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Flash,
save it for
issue number 8.
save it for later.
Sound Spirit doing this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another really good cover.
Written by Simon Spurrier, art by Ramon Perez. Apologies if I butchered that. The stillness's prayers have been answered, and with the help of someone very familiar to Wally West, the next stage of that plan is enacted. Meanwhile, where is Wally, and what has the resident done with him?
Where's Wally?
Good question.
If you got that reference, Jay,
I get the reference.
A cover by one of my favorite artists, Mike Diodato Jr.
The
Awesome.
Flash, 2024 annual number 1. Someone brought the numbers back. Thank God.
Thank God
Yes.
about the number back.
Speed
like,
Force number 6.
Yes.
Wait,
Taladi, I don't know if you heard my rant I did about this, where DC has done this last few years, where
Yeah,
they
go
keep putting the years on the freaking annuals. Just call it annual number 2 or 3. Don't call it 24 annual.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
So I feel like the year and the numbers is a good compromise, but remains to be seen if it sticks. Taladi, you were saying?
I think you should have like annual number 1, 2024. Annual number 2, 2024. But have them at least numbers and at least people know what issue and whatnot. If you know what I mean, Nick.
I get what you mean. Nick?
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense,
I
right?
get it. That makes sense.
With Wildly West MIA, Central City is dealing with all bizarre threats arisen. So thankfully, Wallace West, Avery Ho, and Circuit Breaker are here to help. But they can count on Barry On, who's having a crisis of his own.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, goody! Ryan is
Speaking
back.
of Wally and Avery, here's Speed Force number 6. I think it's the final issue of the series.
I want to say,
Yeah, I think so.
and let it be known that despite me and Mr. Williams having a similar first name, I am in no relation to Mr. Williams or this comic whatsoever.
Oh, JD, look, your guy's back. Roundhouse from Alan Lights and Giants.
A character who is literally a ripoff of Gold Balls from Marvel Comics.
Yep.
Anyway.
You're not wrong there, Nick. You're not wrong.
Yep.
Anyway, Speed Force number 6.
Before we move on to the synopsis, I just hate that Mano a Manos was wasted on this miniseries. It kind of irks me a bit. The Teen Titans fan in me is really annoyed by that, but the show must go on.
The show must go on, yeah.
The young speedster team has found the source of the missing scientist, but is it too late to turn back the tide of the brainwashed teens?
Interesting.
Weren't
It's an
they
interesting.
kids in this eventually?
It's an interesting synopsis. I'll give you
Yeah.
that. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
and also DC is still
Titan-
hesitant to pull the trigger on putting these two as a couple. They're still hesitant to pull the trigger.
There's a boy trigger. Like, there's gonna be a couple.
There's nothing
Titan
wrong with it.
issue
Save the rant for later, Tevia. Save the
Yeah.
rant
No,
for
no,
later.
no,
There's
this ain't
nothing-
rant. I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is a rant. This is coming from my point. There is nothing wrong with a mixed couple. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing. It happens in real
Agreed.
life. So I don't get why some people who really do fiction think it's a bad idea. Like, big example of a mixed race couple where they've been successful over the years is Luke Cage, Jessica Jones.
Yep. Not just that. Why wasn't Linda Park? Linda Asian. So that's a mixed couple.
Yes. But I let's have Luke Cage, Jessica Jones as an example because it's an example from Marvel did. DC just Wally and Linda. And I'm like, Wallace is black. Okay. Avery's Asian. Okay. So what? Who cares? Avery's got a thing for him. Alive couple.
Yep.
Like
I'm
Linda
not-
Park and Linda I think it's Linda Park or
Linda Park and Wally. Yeah.
and Wally
Mhm.
West. Yeah,
Yes.
there's no problem there. So I have no problem with it. Anyway,
I'm not Wally either.
Anyway, Titans number 10, written by Tom Taylor, art done by Lucas Mever, and cover done by Chris Samney.
Chris Sammy, I think.
Samney.
Yeah,
Sammy.
yeah.
Is
He's
it-
the guy
is
with
that-
Mark Waid on Daredevil and Black Widow.
Oh,
And I gotta say this now. Does anybody miss present day young Teen Titans?
Yes.
I am. I was actually planning a video on that, but yeah, not gonna lie. After what happened with 5G and the Adams Glass run, and even Titans Academy didn't do it any favors. I would not be surprised if the Teen Titans IP is put on the is shelved for at least 2 years. At
yeah.
Or 5 years.
Because if you think about it, there's no young superhero team right now at DC Comics right now. The only team you got at DC Comics is Titans, the JSA, the Outsiders, obviously, the one based on Planetary,
Speed Force.
And Speed Force. That's pretty much
Speed
it.
Force,
and of
that's
course you
what
got
it
Team
is.
Arrow, but that's not many
That's
teams on
about
DC right now. There's no
Yeah.
Justice League.
There's no Super Sons. They're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
For
no
good
official
reason.
Yeah.
there's no like Teen Titans because that's one thing I missed about the Ben Percy run because
Same.
But Nick,
when Adam Glass took over, it's like, oh, let's not use their proper headquarters. Let's headquarter out of a warehouse.
Let's have they
Nick-
on a prison.
but Nick, the reason why we haven't got Teen Titans and whatnot is basically because there's no synergy right now for the movie side of it
Mhm.
and the animation side. So
Yep.
If I remember correctly, the Teen Titans comic got canceled in 2022. If I remember correctly,
yeah. But
Yeah.
after that, there hasn't been.
so it's been almost 2 years.
Yes and no. If you it was rebranded after Justice League No Justice in 2017 for the Adam Glass run. Then it was canceled altogether in 2022 because again there was no renumbering. It just carried where it left
Then we
off.
got the end of comedy, which is a
But what I'm
rewind.
saying, what I'm trying to say though is because DC hasn't got a brand synergy yet to know what they're gonna do with the IP. Because, like I said, there's so many problems like DC right now with so many different IPs, and
Yep.
so I'm gonna put that out there.
If I think
but
I think
anyway.
it's not here, like of all major
They just need to
characters in
rebut.
comics, especially since he had a movie recently, Aquaman has no title right now.
That's
After the-
odd. You think you have a title at this point?
After the hit Aquaman got with the whole Jason Momoa and Amber Heard controversy, I'm not saying the Aquaman IP can't recover, but they're definitely going to take a step back with Aquaman for at least a year, at the very least.
Wait,
Yeah.
we never read the Super Ten. We never read that.
Yeah, I know who Green Arrow's fighting this cover. That's
No,
Malcolm
no,
Merlin.
no. Wait, yeah, he's on it, but can you go up a sec?
Yeah, that's Malcolm Merlin fighting the cover for that because
Yeah,
of the cover
we
Space.
never actually read this.
The
The
Titans are
Titans
committed.
are committed to helping humanity, whether humanity believes in them or not. The team fighting on several fronts, but they refuse to back down. They refuse to buckle under overwhelming pressure. But are the Titans being manipulated? Are they on the wrong side of a conflict that can consume the world?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Green
Anyway,
Arrow issue 11. Now, I'm
Yeah.
actually surprised this became an ongoing because this was originally announced as a miniseries, but the sales, this book was arguably the most successful in sales that they've had in recent years. Like this was a
Indeed.
very and consistently, mind you.
it-
People, go ahead,
yeah,
Talati.
has since obviously Green Arrow the TV show, right? Has
Arrow, yeah.
Green Arrow New 52? There was a book for that, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yes, there was a book. The New 52 Green Arrow was heavily inspired. Synergy played a heavy role in that book. And
But
it led
here's
to
the thing. Here's the thing about the Green Arrow book. It started a year prior to the show because the show started in 2012. The relaunch happened in 2011.
The reason why I asked that is basically because I can't remember how much the New 52 sold, and seeing that this is becoming more and more popular makes me think, because of the ending of Arrow or whatnot, and I know it's been a couple of years, but still he's a popular character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for this run, they kind of gave him a slight redesign for his costume.
Yep.
Do you like the redesign or no?
I do.
I
I don't
do.
mind it all. Green Arrow is one of those characters I have no problem with they redesign him. Just don't take away his goatee.
Don't take away the
Yeah,
beard. That's
Or
the
turn him
classic
into-
book.
or turn him into a Batman clone to get out of the save on a licensing fee. But that's besides the point.
That's
That-
true, yeah.
Those
The
I
Arrow
could
show
tell
Batman
this is
20%. It
on
was
the cover.
Batman.
Because he was featured in Ben Percy's run
yeah.
as a feature character. The burn mark, I don't know exactly what Ben Percy have explained of how the heck that happened. But yeah, that's Michael Merlin.
Yep.
Since
Oh,
Green
also a bonus. They brought out Lee and Harper in this book. It was awesome. Roy
Since
Harper's
Green
daughter.
Arrow, since Green Arrow #1, Marilyn has manipulated Oliver Queen and the Arrow family. But after Green Arrow makes a deal with Waller, the final battle between the two Archers is here, and whoever loses this shootout will be stranded forever.
Ooh. I
So
can't
Williams
wait.
is pulling something that they did with Volume 3, where they had the final battle between Count Vertigo and Green Arrow.
Pretty
Green
much.
Lantern issue 10. I love
Jeremy
this book.
Adams.
It's awesome.
Now,
It's badass.
The artist, I don't know. I know Ken McGuire, I met him, but Zimmerman King, I'm not overly familiar with this writer. I'm not sure who this person is.
No, that's why.
Artwork's
But-
actually pretty good by him.
Yep.
So, you mind if I read this and then I've got a dip? I
Yeah,
thought.
sure.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Taladia. Go ahead.
So, with Hal's ring newly recharged, he leaves Earth for Oa to uncover the mystery surrounding the central power battery, while Carol makes a choice that will change her destiny forever. Plus, Kevin Maguire joins Green Lantern architect Jeremy Adams to tell a tale of Guy Gardner, plus the United Planets Lobo and Wrestling. It's Guy Bogus Lobo Adventure Part 1 of 3.
I get the reason why that he's here due to the Guy Gardner story because Ken McGuire loved drawing this character in Justice League International. He told me that it was his favorite character to draw. in that
Okay.
book.
Okay,
I
that's
can't
And there
that.
was this the whole thing of Lobo and Guy Gardner. That's also something that he helped do with that run because there's 2 issue covers. One where you have Lobo just grabbing Guy Gardner by his shirt, and the other cover is basically Guy Gardner doing the opposite of Lobo. And also that issue is very famous for having Batman punch Guy Gardner in the face when he tried to become leader of the team.
Yep. Oh yeah. Also, another thing about this book, Razor's back. It is awesome.
Yeah. I find it interesting. Green Lanterns, I think, Jay, I know you know a lot about Green Lantern.
Go ahead, Taladia. I don't mind.
Is Green Lantern making a resurface in popularity in comics?
I think so.
I would like to believe so. There has been a prominence in recent years after the Green Lantern, the animated series. Because allow me to give a little bit of context. Green Lantern 2011 was a nosedive. for the IP.
It was
It's almost
bad.
to the point
Yeah.
where Green Lantern never recovered. It was so bad they pretty much made Green Lantern the butt of the joke for the majority of the Decamu. It was pretty bad.
Yep.
Right.
And tomorrow Killer Hydra went off.
That's a
That's
separate
reading.
issue entirely. That's because they were trying to cram multiple
Now, what I
storylines
mean,
into-
what I mean, Jay, is in the comic wise. So, like, since New 52, has it been popular as what?
I would like to say it's been popular.
Yes.
It's just not as strong as it could be, but I
Mhm.
would say the Green Lanterns are at least relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, they're loving them.
I just thought to ask that question because I wasn't too sure because Jared's been telling me, oh, Green Lantern, we got to cover that New 52. So I'm just like, I had to ask.
Mhm.
Understandable, but the one thing about Green Lantern is the fact that it was Jeff Johns and EVS's run, and it mostly carried over from Flashpoint onward. There were
Yep.
barely any changes.
Why do you say that name?
I don't have.
Jeff
Hey,
Johns?
I'm crediting him as the artist. Like, come on,
No,
he's the artist of
no.
that book.
No,
No, you mean Jeff Johns.
I mean Jeff Johns.
What's
You
wrong with
know
Jeff Johns?
He destroyed
He's running
DC.
DCEU, yeah.
He destroyed the DCU. So
I blame that Warner Brothers, not him.
creatively, he meddled with people. Anyway, I've got a
It was-
dip.
Go ahead, Salati. Anything you want to promote before you go?
Yeah. So I've just posted my Suicide Squad Killer Justice League reaction video for today, which was the Inside Episode 3. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm gonna be talking about New 52 Justice League Volume 2, Issue 1 with Jared from Comics League. And on Friday, I'm going to be doing a live stream where we're going to be doing our final predictions for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and what we could be expecting for that game in terms of story. So I'm going to be working on that, making the thumbnail. I'm going to do that, and then I'm pretty much going to be doing that tomorrow. And also, myself and Jay Heat will return with Blazing Shonen sometime soon. We'll let you know when.
Sounds like a plan. Saladia Plays. Thank you again. You're always welcome on the channel. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, and before I go, John Kent sucks. Facts. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, we have Green Lantern War Journal, which some people may not know this because the fact people think, oh, is this John Stewart's very first ongoing series? No. Number 2, because
His
he
second.
had because he had Grant Mosaic from 1990s, but he also, and this has been collected in trade. He also he was also the Green Lantern for the main Green Lantern title for a couple years.
yep.
Which has been collected in trade, known as Green Lantern Sector 20. It's basically the sector number. Basically, Green Lantern is. It's
2814.
2814. It's 3 volumes. Starts in issue 183 because 182 was a reprint. It starts from there and it concludes in 199.
Yes. But
He had about 15. So he had about 15 to 18 issues.
Yes.
He
and
also
the reason why in story,
Oh,
One at a time, gentlemen. Nick.
in story, the reason why that he took over the Green Lantern title because Hal quit.
ow.
And John was the deputy Lantern at the time, so he took over as main Green Lantern title. And then when he came back, they kind of shared the last couple issues, and the book got sort of retitled with Green Lantern Corps for a couple of years. Book got canceled, moved over to Action Comics for about a year, and then Green Lantern came back. Questioning his loyalty to the Green Lantern Corps and stranded on a terrifying new world. John finds a lost crew destined to be a hero. And he has an ominous growing presence with the Dark Star of the Fen. Meanwhile, on Earth, John's newly resurrected sister Ellie learns that she shares John's powers and she'll need him to protect the family from a cosmic abomination that was Veron.
Now, quick question.
Sister.
Yeah. This was actually referenced in Dark Crisis Green Lantern book. The tie-in.
So is this a Judy Garrick situation where Ellie's an original character, or did John Stewart
kinda
Nick?
I don't remember him having a siblings in pre-Flashpoint.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
like I
think
said before, this is actually a byproduct of that Dark Knight Time book. It was confusing as all hell, but it made no sense.
Yeah, and it's
But
also kind of weird that he dated Fatality in the current continuity because in pre-Flashpoint she put him in a wheelchair.
Yep.
also, you know what's being weirder? The John Stewart in that book is actually the John Stewart from that Green Lantern book from that other letter who wrote that series that was in the back of blown up again.
Venditti?
No, not Vinny.
Ridley.
Leave after Vendetti.
Ridley?
Yeah, John Ridley. I think he
I don't think Ridley wrote the Green Lantern book, the self-titled Green Lantern book that came before this book. I think it was a different writer who wrote it. And
yeah, there's Grant Morrison, and then there's the other letter from Infinite Frontier.
Now, I like the Green Lantern, the one that Grant Morrison. I thought was really fun. I thought it was
So
really good. It had
confused.
good. I love the artwork. The story was, it gave me hooked the whole time. It felt like a Green Lantern book. How did you feel about it, Tibby, when Grant Morrison wrote Green Lantern?
I felt lost because it didn't feel wait. What I'm saying back? Wait a minute, it got confusing. The one thing I got was the Dark Star stuff. The Dark Star stuff was amazing because that made fun of a lot of stuff. It made for Bendis. It made me happy. I was happy for that. It made for Scott Snyder delivery stuff. That's kind of funny. It made fun maybe of Tom King with his Batman stuff. It made it funny. It made for a lot of stuff. And I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I don't get why some people didn't like the Grant Morrison stuff that he did for Green Lantern. I never understood that because I thought I really enjoyed the book.
I have a theory. My theory about reading like that book is because it took me all the great stuff of Rebirth and threw it away because I'm going to tell my own story.
Now, was this the Thorn run or the one before that?
No, this before.
Thorn came after that run.
Before
okay.
It was also a period of time where apparently Green Lantern could not be an ongoing series. It had to be a limited series.
Yeah, like Jeffrey Thorne wrote the current series before Jimmy, and God, that line made no sense because you're telling me something probably got blown up again, and apparently this card John Stewart with his powers and all with the power stuff, future state nonsense.
Bola got fixed at the end of the Green Lantern series, and they mentioned it's back, and it stays the whole series because Venditti blew it during Venditti's run. He had blown up basically prior to his run.
No. Jeffrey Thorne blew it up.
Yeah, Relic and Story did that, but Venditti was the one who did it.
That's true, yeah, but I'm running Jeffrey Thorne's run. He blew Center Power again. It got blown up.
Blue Beetle issue number 8.
Written by I heard it's good.
Written by Josh Trujillo, art by Adrian Gutierrez. And okay, he's covered for just about most of this. And variant cover by Toki Tokoro. With Jaime back in Palmera City, he's faced with picking up the pieces from his battle with the Blood Scarab. Okay, so is this a tie-in to the movie, or is this part of an ongoing?
No, it's part of an ongoing series.
Yeah, it's an ongoing. I kind of wish that I don't know because I was reading this book. They didn't do a tribute to like especially they did, when Keith Giffen passed away last year, like all of the books did like a special tribute to him, like the thank him for all the work he did. But I would think they would do like a special story for him because he helped create this Blue Beetle.
Yeah, that's his baby. What the heck?
At the very least.
And I love this cover. That is
Mechagodzilla.
One at a time, gentlemen.
This Mechagodzilla is not Toho's Mechagodzilla. This is the one that Legendary made for their movies.
Yep. It's awesome.
Yeah, and fun fact, that this Mechagodzilla fought King Kong.
Yep.
And has butt handed to King Kong.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong issue 7, the grand finale.
It's the grand finale?
Yeah, it was part of a 7-issue miniseries. Yep. Written by Brian Buccellato, who's come a long way since the Injustice tie-in comics. Art by Christian Dukes and Tom Durnick. Again, apologies if I mispronounce that.
Before we continue, Brian Buccellato, for a lot of people, he's usually associated with Francis Manapul because they're usually like a pair together. But this is one of those few books that he's worked on where he's not with them.
True. And variant cover by Jim Lee and Scott Williams. Okay, so Jim Lee's only doing the variant covers for more popular titles. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not doing
And this
variant
book definitely is, because this book is awesome.
This book is fun.
The best-selling series reaches its titanic conclusion. Two worlds face annihilation in an all-out war between the DCU and Legendary's Monsterverse. With the help of Godzilla and Kong, can the Justice League win a battle against a reinforced Mecha Godzilla? And even in a new, even more deadly hybrid Titan, by a byproduct of two worlds, the likes of which neither universe has ever seen.
I wonder who's piloting this thing, because in the movie he was piloted by Ken Watabe's character's son in that movie.
Kind of. You know, that's the King Ghidorah's skull that's in control.
Yeah, but basically he was the human pilot for it.
He was supposed to be the pilot, but that didn't happen with King Ghidorah.
Yeah, and the whole idea for that, with the humans, the skull used basis for Mechagodzilla, that's from the Heisei era of Godzilla movies, when they had Mecha King Ghidorah. Yes, he became a robot because this happened in King Kong versus Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, where it's a time travel movie, weird time travel stuff, where they went back in time to prevent the creation of Godzilla by moving to a different island, and then they left these three little aliens on the island, and the atomic bomb created King Ghidorah. And then he got one of his heads blown off, fell in the ocean, and then this one from the future brought him back from the future with a metal head, and then he was killed again and basically had to defeat Godzilla, who went on another rampage. And then in the very next movie, when it was titled Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2, and they used a Mecha King Ghidorah skull for the basis of Mechagodzilla. And the only reason they call it that is because there already was a Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla from the Showa era.
That is true.
I got so confused with that plot with the time jump. Like, huh?
What's up, movie theater king?
And just basically spoil how many movies Mechagodzilla has featured in. In the Toho movies, he's featured in at least 4. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, the first one. The Terror of Mechagodzilla. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. Actually, 5. There's also Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Godzilla Tokyo SOS, and the Godzilla vs. King Kong movie. 6 movies he's featured in. 6.
Actually, you missed one. The Netflix movie had him in it, but not really.
Yeah, but that was anime. I'm talking live action.
Not good.
But 5 made by Toho, 1 made by United States, made by American Film Company. Which I wonder how people felt about Mecha. Like, here's the thing: the whole promotion for that movie was that we have King Kong versus Godzilla. The whole thing of having Mechagodzilla in the movie, that was a good bonus.
Yeah,
I love the reason they gave
that was
it.
surprised. No one said I'm current, not even me.
Yeah, no one expected him to pop up there, but at least there's a reason why he's there, because Godzilla's on a rampage because apparently the owner liked the fact that apparently Godzilla gave people 5 years apiece, so they create Mechagodzilla, and that's a Godzilla goes on a rampage movie.
Well, Godzilla wanted to kill Ghidorah, but Ghidorah's head still out there.
Yeah, King Ghidorah. Oh my gosh, he was bigger than he was in Showa.
Yep.
Ooh.
So this was oh yeah, they tied to the video game.
What's up, David?
Yeah.
Written by John Layman.
Speaking of the video game, we got a new insider. And oh boy, these are a can worm I'm not sure what they were going to do. But they did it. They did the thing. Should I tell you what it is?
What DC artist do you want to shine this year? Nick,
Dan Moria. Cam can continue to shine. Jorge Jimenez.
Patrick Gleason. One Patrick back in DC.
Trying to think who else.
Mike Diodato.
Yeah, Mike Diodato. Riley Ruspo, as long as he's not doing any Tim Drake Robin.
Oh, no, God. No. Keep him away from Batman.
Keep him away from Robin at all costs.
Nicola Scott, the artist on Titans.
I feel like that's a pretty solid list.
Mm-hmm. Nicola Scott is a very good artist. I've never met Nicola Scott, so Layman I've never met either. But this is a tie-in just to the game.
Yes.
I think it's a prequel, isn't it, to the game?
Yes,
it's a
it
prequel.
Is. Similar to Goblin Knights. Goblin Knight had a prequel comic as well.
I don't get why in the world the Arkhamverse said the retcon where Deadshot was saying the whole time has been a poster, and then this new one is the real Deadshot.
I don't like that retcon. That makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I would like
also this retcon the movie. This retcon the Assault on Arkham.
Assault on Arkham that technically wasn't an Arkhamverse movie. They just used Arkhamverse character designs. But that one's open enough to where you could interpret it as semi-canon. But
I've heard
I
it's
love that
canon
game
because it's set between Origins and the original game.
Yes.
Okay.
But Kevin Batman's in it. He voiced Batman in that movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, I believe it's not Kevin Conroy. It's the guy who voiced Mark Origins.
No. Conroy voiced Batman in that movie. Yeah. That's him.
Oh, I thought it was one of Arkham Origins.
No, he was. Someone else took the role for Arkham Origins. I forget who. It was.
I really wish some people would acknowledge the fact that game is canon, because
I love that game.
It's like, because it's not made by Rocksteady, so it's not canon, even though it actually is canon because it was referenced in Arkham Knight.
It was Firefly.
Yes,
it takes more than a boomerang to survive a riot at Arkham Asylum and all its superpowered rioters. This, in particular, sucks if a boomerang is your weapon of choice, and your name is Captain Boomerang. So to survive this, you join up with some allies, but be careful who you join with, because nobody's to be trusted, and your allies just might be worse than your enemies. Presenting the most brain-bending, backstabbing, boomerangist episode yet of Rocksteady's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I wasn't even trying to do an accent. It just came naturally.
Each issue could I'm going to do that. Hang on a sec.
Sylvia, you must love this cover for Superman 78 Metal Card number 6.
That cover is amazing. Wait, Jay, can you go up a sec?
Oh, the last paragraph is just a promo code for the game.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Bond weapon, doll thing. Yeah. I don't know. That was fantastic.
I think this issue might be the conclusion of this miniseries.
Hold on, let's see. No, it's ongoing, apparently.
Is it ongoing?
There's no limited number.
Huh. Yeah, and I remember correctly that this book and the previous book took place after the first movie. I think they acknowledged Superman 2 as canon, but I don't think they acknowledged 3 and 4 as canon.
3 and 4 will go in that movie anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
I like the fact Venditti is still doing this because that first miniseries was amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I gotta give him props.
Yeah, and the problem I have with the Batman 89, some people describe it as woke. How is it woke? It was a good book. And it's written by the guy who actually wrote the script for the first movie. So how is that?
It's just boring. Nothing interesting.
Cool, man. Batman titles for comic or animated film. Batman Day of Vengeance, Night of Justice, a story where some new villain who hates Batman, crime fighting her civilian. I can see that more as a title rather than an animated film.
Plus, we can't judge too much Batman movies away. We need to put Batman now.
We have plenty of Batman movies.
Not like Superman movies or Wonder Woman movies. You know what's sad?
Superman and Metallo battle it out in Russia. Can Superman appeal to Metallo's humanity and put an end to the bloodshed? Or will Metallo finally crush the Man of Steel beneath his boot?
Yep.
Justice Society of America, issue number 11.
I heard something might be the final issue of this run.
What? No. This been up at the end. I don't want the end right here.
There's no statement of a final issue, but I will say this about JSA. JSA, at least where the story is currently going right now, I'm not going to name spoilers, but the way it's going right now, it kind of makes Tim Sheridan's Alan Scott Green Lantern redundant because you could pretty much just read this and you can pretty much get what's going on.
You can skip
Alan Scott. I'm not going to spoil it, but I feel like Tim Sheridan's Alan Scott Green Lantern was supposed to be a companion piece to JSA, but it's more boring than anything. At least in my opinion.
It's just stupid.
It's got good artwork.
Oh, the art's good. Don't get me wrong.
The art's
I
great, but
love
so is
this
garbage.
cover. And I know who that is in the cover. That's the Jack Knight Starman.
Yep.
Because you have the awesome Tony Harris doing the fair card. Like you can tell by the artwork. You can tell front and center. That is Jack Knight. The son of the original Starman. And if anybody has not read the Starman series by James Robinson, check the series out. The series is awesome. It's all in trade paperback. DC collected years ago in omnibus and regular paperback form. It is amazing.
Yep.
Wasn't he killed off in the early 2000s, though? Like 04, 05, if I remember correctly?
Nope. He retired.
I'm kidding.
No, he retired because he became a father.
That makes sense. And then
So
Stargirl
how
took
becoming
over.
a father is weird. It's like you had it where the daughter of one-time Starman villain, The Mist, her name is Nash, decided to drug him, and then he wakes up and says, "Oh, see you in 9 months," and they had a kid together.
What? Jesus Christ! And I thought those Batman ties got messed up.
Yeah, but it was never stated what happened, but you can tell by what she said. Yeah, she did something to him because she wanted a kid so badly. And despite the fact he wasn't even dating her, he was dating somebody else. Like the person he was dating, who he became engaged to, was in fact the younger sister of another Starman. Because the whole book is about legacy. And the book, James Robinson had a lot of respect for the Golden Age characters. Yes, they may have did the whole off-screen, you know what, but they never showed it. It's just that he gets knocked out with a drug, and she says that, and not seen again for a while. But it's not like what happened in Nightwing 93, where you can clearly tell what happened. Here you can you can have your imagination tell exactly, yeah, we know what happened.
Yeah, Gail Simone's never going to live that down. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But how is Dawn of DC treating everyone so far? Dawn of DC, I get what they're doing. It's a rebuild. It's an initiative to rebuild, focus on more titles rather than just relying on Batman and Batman adjacent characters.
And legacy characters not been working.
It's a step in the right direction, but I would not count it as a corporate success just yet.
So far, the only titles that was introduced as sort of a number one have been really good in this initiative have been just Superman, Green Arrow,
Green Lantern.
I would say Death Batman and Robin. Yeah, I'm saying all Josh themselves, but they're good.
Green Lantern. Green Lantern, fantastic. That's on DC.
I'd say both Green Lantern titles. JSA, the West Sandman title, and the Jay Garrick Flash.
Yeah, Flash book is awesome. I love that book.
Yes, Power Girl's really good. Yeah. Action Comics is good. Batman, or it seems like that. One thing I've noticed DC has done. I mean, yeah, we have the miniseries where we teams with Dylan Dog. They're not basically releasing 5 to 6 miniseries Batman per month. I think this is like one of like 2 or 3, but it's not like a lot. Because I think DC has finally trimmed back on that. They're still releasing Batman miniseries, yes, but they're not overdoing it.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, Dylan Dog, some people may not know who the heck this guy is. I believe he's a character who was published by Italian Comics.
Yes, but he also got a movie, but the movie's bad.
And movie starred retired wrestler Kurt Angle.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but he didn't play a completely different character.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he played one of the movie's villains.
Written by Roberto Riccioni, art by Gigi Cavango. Apologies if I mispronounce any of these names. Art by Gigi Cavango and Rivera del Dura. The second issue of the bombastic team-up between the DC's Dark Knight and Sergio Bonnell's Nightmare Investigator is here. Batman hunts through London to find any trace of the kidnapped Catwoman, and all his clues are turning up smiles. While Dylan Dog must enlist the help of John Constantine to track down a serial killer as he already put in the ground years before. Life is hell in more ways than one in this gargantuan issue that will bring you straight to hell. But will it take you back?
Having a team with Batman definitely was a good idea on the part of DC for doing this.
I agree.
No, I agree.
And having John Constantine book makes sense because they're in London. Of course, John Constantine would be there.
And
Batman
this
and
is
Robin and Howard. It's a
this
kid's
is a
book.
children's book.
They did a one in graphic novel. They did the same graphic novel from last year.
Yes. And to people wondering, do I have a problem with DC doing this? No, this is fine.
It can't be worse than that terrible calendar Gotham something. Gotham High. Gotham High, I don't remember.
Or I Am Not Starfire. I heard that got a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
That is god awful. That is
Awful.
god awful.
Premiere number 2.
I don't know what this is.
Another graphic novel. Having settled in with the Nolans, Ashley is all set for her first day at her new school, but Yuka has been keeping a secret, and Ashley's life takes an unforeseen turn when she and her new best friend Luke stumble upon it unexpectedly.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear
this is a
God.
graphic
This is CW plot. This is CW plot over again.
I wonder if Nolans are named after either Christopher
Christopher
Nolan
Nolan?
or Graham Nolan.
That's what I wonder.
I'm curious as well. A Batman Scooby-Doo team up.
Oh yeah, speaking of Scooby-Doo, we did get caught with crypto and the movie.
Wait, did that movie leak or was it officially released?
It was fine officially on HBO Max. You can find watch it on it.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was good.
I love Scooby-Doo, but I'm not interested in this comic book.
Yeah, I
The
don't
real
know.
book I don't have a problem with this. I'm not interested. From
the
DC
DC
Vault, Salmon Remastered. Not bad.
Written by Neil Gaiman.
It's a remaster of the Winter Salmon series.
Yeah, Midnight Dream. I think was also told in a special.
Yes.
Okay, this next book, The Batman First. I believe this is sort of a modern retelling of the Golden Age Batman.
I was wondering about that. When I did my own DC guys video a day ago.
And you're gonna love this. This creative team, Dan Jurgens and Mike Perkins. This is the second title these two ever worked on together at DC Comics. Second.
What's the first one?
Green Lanterns. They work on the very last arc of the book. Now, Mike Perkins basically that was actually his very first title he did for DC, and him team with Dan Jurgens. This was actually a smart move in DC Comics because two big names. People do know these people, not exactly personally, people know their work, and having these two work together on a book is a good idea. Now they're working here on a Batman book. And Mike Perkins is known for doing this art style that would definitely fit for Batman, where it's sort of dark, but sort of like not exactly it's not exactly supernatural like some artists do. He's more of a realistic crime drama style, basically artist, and him doing a Bat book is a smart move on their part because his artwork fits perfectly for that. Case in point, his biggest book of Marvel was Captain America.
And to answer your question, Movie Theater King, I would not be surprised.
If they pull that trigger, I won't be sure we get going on about that.
Monster Men have continued to terrorize Gotham City, but with the body count rising, the GCPD is no closer to solving the mystery behind these seemingly undead assailants, and the Bat-Man and Gordon are the only ones willing to brave the criminal underworld to crack the case. It's after a near-death brawl saving the mayor from the Monster Men that the Batman must face a stark reality. Are his fists and willpower enough to save Gotham?
Tell you the price tag of that book. It's $7 for 48 pages.
Ugh. It's a high ball, but the creative. This is a pretty solid creative team. I think it's at least worth a read.
Yeah, and the first issue for this book just came out last week. It's interesting what it is. It's the second book under this universe for John Constantine. Not the first title for him, but second under the Sam Universe imprint.
Huh? What imprint?
The one it's part of the Sam Universe stuff that's also part of Black Label.
Should be Vertigo? Oh, I better go no more. No, I don't.
What's that supposed to imply, mate?
Huh.
I've been told I'm considered the African American Constantine. I've been told that.
Yeah.
And here's something. Simon Spurrier, him doing John Constantine. He did work on the last book for him. Since he's known for doing a bit of a horror stuff, him doing John Constantine is actually a smart move in DC Comics to do. Aaron Campbell, I read the first issue for this. I like his artwork. But $5?
Yeah, screw that. I'm not paying about that.
Like, really? $5
for a 9-issue miniseries. No,
yes, the last Constantine book under this line was 12 issues. This is 9.
Yeah, definitely not worth the investment. A reprint of the origin of the Teen Titans. Which fun fact?
Yes, go ahead.
Which fun fact? Tornado Twister was actually brought back during Titans Eternal in the New 52.
No. It's from DCU.
It was Titans Hunt.
Titans Hunt. Thank you.
Yes.
DCU. Yeah.
Which, here's something strange. Since the book wrapped up, it seems like, though, the book was setting up a lineup in that book to be the lineup Dan was going to do for Titans. And then part of the lineup was not there. Like, Hawk and Dove was supposed to be part of the lineup, and then they're not there.
Nope. They're gone.
Yeah, and I think he was supposed to be part of the lineup, too, for the run. But I think Dan, he must have either dropped it or something happened. Because Texas Tornado is not that big of a DC character. Like, unless you're a hardcore comic fan, you probably have no idea who the heck this guy is, especially since he's got goofy staff. His outfit is, well, and the dialogue is very 60s. This is, even though this is kind of the first appearance, the true appearance actually is issue 60, this is sort of a prototype Teen Titans.
Yeah, because the thing that wasn't popular until the 80s.
That's when they became iconic.
Yes, but
the original 60s. Go ahead, Nick.
The 60s run was weird.
Yeah, it was
very weird.
Like,
and these were actually. Sorry,
the 03 book series feature characters. So debut in that book. People like Mad Mod, Ding Dong Daddy. You know the guy with the race car. He made his debut in that book.
I know him.
Deathstroke did not make his first appearance in the book. He actually made his first appearance in the Marv Open George Perez run. And that run was weird. And their first headquarters was a cave. And then they got headquartered out of a nightclub.
Yep.
Actually, it was like a jazz club ran by Omen.
And then they went to space.
For a few issues. And then they also dropped costumes. Like, the Bronze Age of the book was weird. And the book briefly got canceled. Came back. At one point, after Omen's father, Mr. Jupiter, he's a very creepy guy. After he stopped financing the team, Bruce Wayne had financing the team. And then not long after became the Divine Impact, the team disbanded.
And then Cody Internet happened.
Not immediately. That didn't happen until the mid-80s. The Titans Titans formed in 1981. And that became humongous big hit. But the other was that book canceled. Low sales.
Figures.
Does anyone like the constant restructuring of the universe, or should they wait at least a decade before restructuring or at most rebooting? You definitely want to mix things up every now and then. That way you can actually keep things fresh. But don't be so drastic about it. Like, don't wait like at most every 5 years. They had a pretty decent formula with the crises or crisis level events where they would do them like every 5 years. I feel like they had found a good balance when they used to do that.
Yes.
And then they messed it up with Flashpoint and then Movie happened.
Movie King's characters, who are those two?
Aqualad,
that is what
when we see Movie King Things comic come up, he has like two characters as his icon. Who are those two?
I have no idea.
Are we still on Brave and the Bold, or
no?
The comic we have
Movie King icon in the comics.
Yeah, I'm curious. Who are these two that he has as his logo? You know, we click on the comments.
Oh, right. My fault. Yeah,
this character here.
Okay.
I don't
recall this anime. I know I've seen it before. I just can't remember the name.
I don't know either.
But now you're butter.
we just had Death Metal, Dark Knights, Dark Crisis, and potentially a new event scheduled to change. That's likely going to be the new Elseworld or alternate universe
Or Ultimate
if
DC.
rumors are to be believed. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's just another event comic.
Yep.
Yes, and Effects Mail Edition, the first appearance of Hal Jordan. That cover story, that's actually the second story of the book. It's actually 3 stories in that book because 50-60 Comics love the multi-story thing, featuring the same character. John Broome is the guy who helped create him. He also helped create another famous character we know nowadays, Barry Allen.
That's cool.
And Gail Kane, legendary Silver Age artist, worked on a lot of comic books back in the 60s and 70s. Even did some Spider-Man work, too. He actually replaced Jeremy Sr. as the artist for Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, joy. Another Qui-Gon now for Teen Titans.
Now, to be fair, this collection of books wasn't that bad. And they saved themselves. Let me make this clear. They saved themselves from a major controversy in the last book. And granted, I'm not the biggest fan of shipping. I just know how these people think. If they had actually kept everyone within a relative age range, and I mean Beast Boy, Damien, and Raven in the same age range, in this book, in this graphic novel series, it would not have been pretty.
It would blow up in their faces.
I'm not gonna say it would. I'm not gonna say it was gonna be Naruto, Sakura, and Hinata bad. I'm not gonna say because Nick and I know especially that shipping war was.
I didn't hear about it years later when I finally got into it. I only got into Naruto like back in 2017.
Yeah,
Nick, you had to have been on the forums back then. Even Naruto explained on YouTube. Shout out to him. Will tell you it was ugly.
I avoid shipping war because
when it comes to stuff like that, I don't know about some of this stuff unless someone tells me. So some of this stuff I've never paid attention to at all.
Same.
Sadly, it was on the Reddit page. I don't pay attention to Reddit unless I'm looking at.
I don't go on Reddit at all.
For background
Fair enough.
For a series. Prez sitting in a dangerous president.
Oh, okay. I guess we're skipping it.
Wait. So we're not going. We should name for the Starfire book.
Yeah, it's another one of those Starfire books.
I believe this is a sequel.
I think the same person did Beast Boy and Raven.
Yeah, Cami Garcia. But I believe Prez is a sequel to a DC YOU title.
Yes.
Yeah,
but here's the thing though. This is a reprint.
One at a time, gentlemen. Nick.
Sorry.
The original Prez title was published back in the 70s.
Yes.
And then Neil Gaiman brought back the character for a Sandman book.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
He
did. He popped up for a few issues. And then we had the short-lived Prez title.
Yes.
Which I think is supposed to be ongoing. Then they made a miniseries. It's a weird concept that I think some people really would love to see. A teenager became president because she's popular in social media. Like, basically a Twitter poll. Who would you like to see as president? Ooh, let's vote for this teenager. Younger than a bunch of men in their 60s being president. And it was a quick miniseries. Then, for some reason, they have a short story Catwoman election night. That's what story continued in.
And then I DC sneak peek play issue 1.
I think this trade here, I think it's a collection of that miniseries because I don't remember if it was collected before I could think of.
It collected the first 6 issues, and then it collected tonight or whatever, that one.
Catwoman election night. If that should have been a one-shot, if I remember. That might have been a tie into an event.
It was a one-shot, yeah.
If I remember correctly, the main story was done by Meredith French, who did that one. I think this is the first time this miniseries was collected in trade because I don't think after it came, I don't think it was collected in trade.
Neither do I. I
remember seeing the only Prez title I saw was the original one.
Yeah.
Oh look! I think the reason I'm not seeing it here because the miniseries wrap up in April, so of course they released a trade for it. And I love that cover.
Nice.
I love that cover. Goblin War! What a terrible book.
Hold on, where's that banner when you need it?
Yes.
Yep.
I like the cover, but
The story's garbage.
it's very disappointing.
Yep.
I
6
felt this felt
issues.
basically we have 3 different writers telling 3 different stories at the same time.
And they all suck.
Wouldn't be
If
the
you're
first
curious,
time.
Rosenberg did not write either Batman Catwoman. He wrote the Red Hood tie-in.
But he didn't go down Gotham like, this is stupid.
And I'm pretty sure the Rosenberg stuff was set up for Joker because that title.
They
was
also have a
wrapping.
Joker book, yeah.
Yes, the Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, a book that had a very negative received issue.
Because
yeah,
even
the Joker pregnant book, but he had a backup story. It meant nothing.
Yeah, it was never mentioned ever again. And this collects the whole brief 2-month event. Neo Gothic. I've actually been enjoying this book.
Man, beyond.
Yeah, under this writer, this team, because this is a follow-up to Neo Year. That's what this book is a follow-up to. I've been enjoying this book. It's not a terrible book per se. It's just a really interesting book. I appreciate what the writers do in this book. It's not forgettable. It's a very memorable story. And when they did the Neo Year, because when you think of a book like a year, you would think 12 issues.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like 5 or 6 issues. I think the only book I've ever seen with the name Year on it was Green Arrow Year 1. That not Green Arrow, it was Green Hornet Year 1. That was the only one that was 12 issues. Everything else has either been 5, 6. I think the highest was 10 issues for a series with the word year on it.
Never been so goddamn boring. I just can't do the beginning.
I like
Nightwing Volume 5 was set up for the Titans book. I mean, it was pure. This volume was pure setup. Like, I don't think there was one issue in here that didn't feature the Titans as a whole alongside Nightwing.
The Heartless had done jack and shit. We have not seen the Heartless being captured yet.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if that plot line got abandoned. I would not be surprised.
Green Lantern! I love that book. It's awesome.
And what happened to Kilowog? I'm not going to spoil it, but what happened to Kilowog, man?
He's not dead. He's probably alive.
I love that cover. I think it's the first issue's cover, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yep, it is.
Yep, that's the first. Yep.
Oh, God, Hawko, Wonder Woman, God, what terrible book this was.
Not going to lie, this should have been a Galaxy book. I'm just going to be honest.
Book. Yeah.
I didn't think the book was terrible. It's just that the problem with the book is they pick a writer no one's ever heard of.
But the story with that is so goddamn boring. I don't give a damn about the Galaxy. I don't know what it is.
Save it for the end, Tavia. The lack of star power definitely didn't do this comic any favors.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have chosen the writer for this book, I would have chosen Jimmy Palmiotti to write this because he at least has written Hawkgirl before.
Yeah.
That's a fair recommendation. Not gonna lie.
Or here's another one. Because he actually wrote this character in Justice League. Why didn't have Scott Snyder write it?
I think it really had to do with it, indie stuff.
Yeah, he's the one who brought back this version of Hawkgirl. I don't know why he didn't write it.
Tyson is also boring. I'm sorry. I tried to give the book a chance. I just got so bored. Right to the hell, it just got boring.
Volume 1 again. A lot of this was set up for Beast World. Like half of this volume is pure setup, other than the first two, other than like the first 3 issues, where you have a mini art where something bad is supposed to happen to Wally, and even then you could argue that's set up because of the reveal that happens in issue 4. But I'm not going to spoil it.
But the payoff to that murder mystery went nowhere. I was like, what?
It did. You got a resolution. It was just a predictable one.
Yeah. Get the Marvel. I love Marvel.
Thank you, Mark Wade, for not calling Captain Marvel the book. Call him the Captain.
Lupo, baby. I win.
Yes, even Wade probably realized so calling him Shazam the book was a terrible idea. So calling him the Captain is better.
Yep.
This collects the first 6 volumes. I mean, first 6 issues. Excuse me.
Red Hood Outlaws Volume 2. I think this is a
This is the webtoon. This is the webtoon.
This is not Scott Liddell.
Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah.
The webtoon's good. Fired. Hey, but back when the Avengers got Super Saiyan in that book. I'm not joking.
Yep.
They do exist. It's awesome.
Oh, look, Vixen. The only thing's
I
featured
did not
there
read that
now
one.
is this webtoon thing because you would think a character created by Jerry Conway. People do know Vixen. She's a known character.
She's in the Tomorrowverse.
Yes.
And she played a role in JLU. She did play a prominent role in JLU.
Yeah,
And in the Elvis.
it's like this is a character DC just doesn't want to feature in anything for some reason.
That's odd. Well, you've been in the DC public creator. Why haven't I
And you think also because I think Jerry Conway is still in good terms with DC, but yet he hasn't had DC in years. Oh, it's second trade for Danger Street.
I don't read Danger Street.
I did. This book was actually surprisingly really good. I enjoy this series.
Interesting.
It's basically
They did kind of throw pod shots at Manhunter and Guy Gardner, but other than that,
Wait, which man
I felt as though Tom King had a lot of respect for these characters, because if you think about it, a lot of these characters are more like B or C listers. They're not big characters per se. I pointed out that this book is simply a love letter to the first issue special series from the 70s, whereas most of by the late Jack the King Kirby. That's most of what this book is because every character featured in this book did pretty much debut in that book. Heck, they even had Lady Cop in the series.
Oh.
Lady Cop is not that big of a character, but she did pop up an arrow.
Wait. I know that character. The character blue skin. He's in Crime with Justice.
Yep, and this guy here with the red hood on, that's not Todd. His name is Atlas. He's not the Greek god Atlas, the one who holds up the world. This is the Jack Kirby character, the debut of the first issue special, who was also a featured character in Krypton stuff. Of course, people know who Creeper is. Who does not know the Creeper is?
Darkseid.
Yeah, Darkseid, A-list character. This blue guy here.
Yeah,
that is the alien. That is the alien Starman, who made his debut in the 70s. He appeared in a one-shot comic book. And then after that, he'd appearing in for 20 years until he popped up in James Robinson's Starman.
No. I didn't book. He didn't Crime with Justice.
That was a glorified cameo, Tevia, and even then it was like 1 or 2 issues.
Yeah, and plus all that book was set for his run for Justice League. The other characters see here.
I see Metamorpho.
The character with the V, the one that just below Darkseid's right shoulder, that's Codename Assassin.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, and these are your characters in the front here. That is the original Outsiders, not the classic Outsiders. They debuted also first issue special because all this book is character featured in that book. The whole premise of this series is basically like basically Tom King just taking characters people are not using right now. Like the only reason I know who these characters are because I've read first issue special. First issue special, those who don't know what this book is, it is a 12-issue series released back in the 50s, which DC has released in trade. And this book had a debut of several different characters. Atlas, Codename Assassin, made a debut there. These team here got the Outsiders. Green Team, you remember, Timmy, do you remember the series Green Team Trillionaires?
Oh, yeah, that Trillionaire Canoe 52. I remember that.
They were a rebrand from a group from the 70s, first issue special. That's when they made their debut. Basically, Tom King is taking characters in that book and basically bringing in modern day because, well, what else with them?
The last series wasn't good.
Yeah,
I didn't because it's 20th anniversary.
It felt as though it's more of like a crime drama done with these characters, but it's so good. And the weird thing with this book is you actually have Darkseid and Highfather and Two Thrones sitting next to each other in one of the issues.
Interesting.
Yes. Tom King does a great. I'm actually bring the first trade for this for him to sign at Comic-Con when I see him next week.
That's cool.
Danny
Price.
20 years. Yeah. Can you believe it's been 20 years this book came out?
2004. I believe the original publication date was sometime in April. Hold on, let me
Yep.
look this up.
With this book did a lot of damage to some characters. Tindergon Fall got killed off in this book, which is stupid. The
I think
Judge
also
got
this book helped set up the events of Tower of Babel.
no.
It did.
Not Tower
Infinite
no,
Crisis. There was
Infinite
Infinite Crisis.
Yeah, but it did lay the seeds for that one. And also, someone, I think Lynn Carmen pointed this out, this book was set up for Countdown.
True.
No, it said Infinite
The original
Crisis.
publication date was sometime in June.
Oh wait, yes it did with the Atom. Now I remember.
Yes. This was, no, DC had publishing crossovers at this point in time. Marvel technically stopped for a few years doing crossovers. They did do one not after this, which was disassembled. Beyond the White Knight. You would think, is this terrible in this book? Nope. This is another one of the. This is not one of the
yes
White
and
Knight
no.
series of books that it's just the future of Batman. Where this book, he was put in jail.
Yep.
He decided to reveal his identity to Jim Gordon because he did some crimes. Also, Joker is dead in this book.
Not exactly. No. He's not dead. He came out to life. How? AI, damn it. Then this same trick he did with Tindergarten in Batman Beyond movie.
I'm pretty sure that's more akin to preserving one's consciousness more than resurrection.
Yes, that did happen.
And also, Harley's got twins. Harley's got kids because she was. I think it was in this book that she was pregnant.
Yeah, then
She got her own spin-off book. Batman the Knight.
A
book that
canon.
Yeah, this book. I heard some people say this. Like, people point to this as one of the bad books for Batman recently.
It's not. It's actually good.
Let him finish. Let him cook.
There was one issue of the book where some guy tried to kiss Bruce Wayne on the lips in one of the issues.
That was Ghostmaker.
I believe it was Ghostmaker. Basically, they were trying to do an exercise with their mentor. Ghostmaker is confirmed to be bisexual or LGBTQ. And Bruce was just trolling the guy in context to the issue to complete the exercise. He was just trolling him.
Yep.
Yeah, and there was also something about passing information. And someone told me that, and I'm like, didn't see that there. I did see the attempted kiss, but they got interrupted before it happened. And it is by far one of the strangest series I've read. I like the artwork. It just the series is so weird.
And apparently it got a change in the main universe. I thought it was an Elseworld story. I was wrong.
I think this is the paperback version of this story.
I hate Dark Crisis. What terrible book this was.
It's a disappointment. That's the problem with the book.
It's a train wreck.
No, Dark Crisis Young Justice is a train wreck. This is just a walking disappointment.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And the one thing I don't like about the book is they kill off Deathstroke.
The one thing I don't like in the moment time is John Van
Tell me up. Wait till the end of it. Wait till the end of the solicitation. Wait till the end. You'll get your time. You'll get your time.
Yes. Also, this book, when it was called Dark Crisis, fine. But I'm on the train with a lot of people. Calling it Dark Crisis Infinite Earths was an absolute really terrible idea. Because all it does, it just invoke that classic limited series from the 80s that people love this very day. Now, I don't think this is Williamson's idea to call this, to change the name of this book. It was probably his editor.
More likely. Yeah. Also, you should know something. Jace Fox did jack and shit to do anything.
Yeah, and the book had a good start. I like the good start of this book. It just basically book kind of fell apart.
Oh, speaking of Dark Crisis, that's getting trade.
Yeah, I reviewed this book already, and
same.
I like the artwork in here and some bits of characterization. But aside from that, this book is awful.
The book is a train wreck. It's horrible. It destroyed all the characters.
It is by far one of the. I think it's one of the worst comics of the year when it came out.
It was.
Oh, definitely top 10 worst comics of the year. Definitely.
Yeah. Dark Crisis, the main book, would explain this was bad. And this book at least had better artwork than Tim Drake Robin.
But it's
And
still
let me just say this. Let me just say this about the premise. Let me just say this. It's basically the nostalgia and how this generation, basically the '90s sidekicks, got snubbed and their generation is skipped over in most stories. Even if we factored the meta commentary, even if we factored Megan Fitzmartin's overall perception to the feedback for what she was doing in Tim Drake Robin, even if we factored all of that, the only one in story who should be feeling this way is Connor Kent. He is the only one who should be feeling this way, relatively. And that gets resolved in Superboy Amanda tomorrow.
He
Bart
does
is relative.
he
Go
does
ahead,
nothing
Nick.
in this book.
No.
None of them do. Tim Drake got screwed over in the bullshit, but this one's crap.
It's like
Exhibit.
the whole thing
Connor
of this
got
book is
screwed
like,
over.
oh, let's like say, oh yeah, you're supposed to be Stephanie, despite the fact at this time he's supposed to be Bernard, which
I hate Bernard.
no, he's not supposed to be Bernard. The whole relationship is bullcrap.
Yep.
Everybody hates it. People rather see him with Stephanie because that makes more sense in a relationship. Because the whole thing of outing him as bi is nothing more than a middle finger to his creators and Chuck Dixon.
Yep.
And a publicity stunt. Let's not forget that.
Yes, because now here's the thing. Marv Wolfman helped create this character. I do not know how he felt about the outing at all. I have no idea. But I'm sure he's not happy with that at all because people forget that when, like, people tend to think, like, oh, like, ask that was question. What was the first story that Tim Drake appeared in? Some people might think it's A Lonely Place is Dying. Nope. It was year 3. Batman year 3. A book that was later deemed not canon by Zero Hour. And plus, that story for over 20 years was never collected in a trade paperback until DC did the Batman, those Batman Dark Knight Detective and the Cape Crusader book.
Yeah. Why?
That's where they finally collect that story.
They just snuck it in there.
Years for that book to be complete finally?
Yeah. Year 2 has been collected multiple times.
Time flies.
But excuse me. But that's where you find it. Year 1. Not bad in the series, except that I never considered this definitive origin for Justice League. I never considered it because I consider Batman Variable 28. Variable 28. That is their origin story. This is not.
It's a good book for it, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah. Mark Waid, Brian August. These guys work together a lot. These guys work on Flash, like a lot of really good Flash stories. Yep. Stories you like. But this book, oh yeah, look at that. Year 1 through 12. Probably the only year 1 comic DC ever published that lasted 12 issues. Not 6,
only 1.
Not 8, not 10, 12.
Interesting. Just want to check that book out.
I
never saw that boy. I still maintain that.
I think it's paperback version of this book because I own this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, enjoy.
The Heartless, I believe it was in an annual. Basically, Heartless is doing shady dealings, but they don't have any direct evidence to bust him with. So he's kind of a third party lurking in the shadows until they
contact who he is under his mask because he's a mystery.
No. Yeah. We know who it is. It's the boy from different past.
Okay. I own this book in hardcover. This is the paperback version. This one.
No comment.
First 6 issues.
Secret 6.
Gail Simone's Secret 6.
About damn time to collect that thing in trade.
This actually is the 3rd time.
Oh wait! Did the omnibus?
Yes, because they had the original own Secret 6 book, and then there was another one they did where the first book collected the Villains United miniseries, which was their debut, their first miniseries, and their issues that featured Birds of Prey. And then they had a series to be able to collect that entire original run. All this book is probably collecting the... look at this. I was correct. This is basically some of the air stuff. Now, the stories from 5228, that was never collected before in this trade series or Count 22. That was exclusive for this one. And that first book didn't collect It just that first line there, Villains United, the Crash Special, Birds of Prey, and those 6 issues. That was all the first volume. Second volume collected the first like dozen issues of that book, and this book, that ongoing book, was the last time anybody saw Tarantula pre-Flashpoint because she died in this book.
How'd she die?
Yep.
Well,
Simpsons!
she fell off
Yay!
the building.
I win!
Yeah, I think this is the original book.
Yes.
Yep, it's an omnibus of the original book.
Not
Right, so
complete
complete
collection.
collection. Let's see. If it was an omnibus, it would say it's just a complete series. This is probably just a. So yeah,
The
it's
first
like
Super Sun series, annual number 1, the Warner
Dynamite.
Hanna-Barbera anniversary crossover with Dynomutt, Superman 10 issues 10 and 11, issues 37 and 38, Superman issues 37 and 38.
And Holiday Special.
I believe
Okay,
that includes the Super Sons of Tomorrow, I believe.
yes, and
Yes,
the 10-11
it
that
is.
was the backdoor pilot to the series.
I love that crossover card. Awesome.
Yeah,
Ah! I hate Seneca so bad. Why? Fuck
I
that
think-
book.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of enjoying this.
this is another
This book
paperback
broke me.
because it's the paperbacks for these books. This is the last one, but here's the thing: the last 2 issues are not in this trade.
Gee, I wonder why.
Wait,
I wonder
really?
why.
Yeah, the final issues are not in this trade.
The final
The
issue
X
is not new.
Collection,
One goes
Superman,
nowhere.
Kal-El returns.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that was considered a separate storyline.
Which
Yeah.
went nowhere.
Kal-El return. Kal-El return was the prelude to the.
No. Kelly is good. It's that the Seneca book is trash. I hate that
Yeah,
book.
the John Kent issues for this book that tie in that thing, that was mostly John reunited father.
With Jay Nakamura BS still involved. I hate that.
You'll
character.
get your rant in a moment. And now this is a collection of all the tie-ins and supplemental material from Dark Crisis.
They all suck.
Is that Jace Fox
That's
Yes,
Jace Fox.
Fox.
with John and your floor?
Yes.
Yep. The new Trinity. Love him, damn it. Love him.
Which I really think canceling her book was a bad idea.
I agree.
I agree.
I don't know why. Like DC gave a lot of push for this character, and yet they gave her a series, and then the book gets canceled after 7 issues.
I guess
that's-
Yara. It's either one or two scenarios, in my opinion. It's either Yara Floor didn't do the numbers the higher ups wanted, or the editorial was trying to troll the fan base to a degree. Now, this is alleged. Take this with a grain of salt. And it didn't piss off the right people, but I believe the former more than the latter.
Also, Jay thought Batman, his book good quality anyway, so screw it. Let's
Yeah,
get that
and
book.
also Yara Floor, if you read the Wonder Girl book, she's never once called Wonder Girl the whole book. She has not received the title of Wonder Girl until she pops up in Trial of the Amazons.
Pretty much.
What? You're telling me we waited the entire time and y'all four didn't get the Wonder Girl title until at the
Technically,
end?
Trial of the Amazons was a carryover of remaining plot threads from when Yara Floor's Wonder Girl got canceled. So that's more of a lingering plot thread than anything.
Yeah, and plus
Well, that's
also Wonder Woman's
confusing, though, heck.
her
But
first story
whatever,
arc
dude.
for that book was have her going to Valhalla. Now
Oh,
this
yeah.
book, I reviewed the first volume of this. This is a manga for Batman. This actually is really good. I enjoyed this because they have one for Batman, they have one for Joker, which basically involves Batman turning into a child. This is a really fun book. It's a manga, so I'm not surprised DC publishing this. Because they said it happened at the end of the first volume. They renamed Batwing to the Justice Buster.
Okay.
Another
Yeah.
Batman and Scooby-Doo
I don't read
mysteries.
Scooby-Doo, no comment.
Nightwing, Bat Family Year 1. I haven't seen this one in a minute.
Yeah, this looks like Batgirl
box
Year
set.
1. Looks like Nightwing, Robin, and Robin are all. I think it's all Chuck Dixon books.
Yeah, it's written by Scott B. and Chuck Dixon.
Yeah, Robin
but,
Year 1, Nightwing Year 1, and Batgirl Year 1.
Yeah, Nightwing was all solely Chuck Dixon, but I think the other two were co-written with Chuck Dixon and Scott
Dixie
Beatty.
does.
Yeah, I actually
You're getting
own
3 books.
Right,
Yeah,
that makes
but
sense.
I actually own one of these. I own Robin Year 1. I don't own Batgirl. Batgirl 1 was awesome. I love this book. I kind of wish that was ongoing because They had a great story with it. They have her basically over the meeting Black Canary the first time. Absolutely fun book. The other two, I don't mind how long they were, but that one should have been longer.
Yeah, wait. One Flash,
Okay,
but
now
one mess.
this book is Flash by Willie Messer-Loebs and Greg LaRouche. Greg
know it
LaRouche,
is.
those of you not familiar with this artist, he also did issues of Spider-Man back in the 80s with Peter David.
And I think Mike Barron worked on this book for a time too. Mike Barron.
Yes, he did the first 15 issues, and then he had William Messer-Loebs. Loebs did it from around issue 19, and he left. Actually, it was not 19, it was issue 16. Left with issue 52 because the guy that succeeded him in the book was Mark Waid. Loebs has stated the reason why he left this book was because all the editors stopped being editors at the period of time. Peter Tomas was one of them. Now, here's the thing about William Messer-Loebs. This is a guy who wrote this series, and this is something people may not know about this guy because I didn't know what the guy looked like at all for years. And then I saw an interview with him when he did with Uncle Jerk Comics. Willie Messer-Loebs has one arm.
One arm.
Yeah, he has one arm, and he jokingly said he kept basically where his armpits like pencils there.
Why?
I don't know, but he does not have another arm. From the look of it looks like it was his left arm was lost. So he has stated that's the reason why he stopped doing this book and Wonder Woman was because all the editors he knew stopped being editors, became writers. Tomasi was one of those people. That's the reason why he stopped doing it.
I guess Tomasi.
Now, the books we have here, first 20 issues of Flash, the first 3 annuals.
Yep. Also Manhunter
issues. I believe. Let's see. Either that is the Oswender issues, where he features Mark Shaw, or it's the next volume, which features Chase Lawler as Manhunter. Take Origins in number 2, probably Origins of Barry. Pages from Visions 2 and 3. It's probably just pages that features Wally, what he was doing during that book. I heard about this book on Twitter.
The featuring never done before never could issues.
Yes. Hitman. Hitman is not this book is a in this book. It's not like The Boys. Is nothing
like Punisher.
Yes. Actually, that was Warren Ellis did Punisher. Anyways.
No. Batman is go Punisher. You go Punisher, but kill them all universe. You also go Punisher.
Yeah, but that was a one shot.
Yeah.
True. But Batman also go Punisher Max.
This character is very original. It's mostly about a hitman who's interacting with DC Universe characters. He also did a crossover with the Demon.
You also did go with Superman.
Because look, Demon issues right there. First, I think it collects. I think that's the whole volume. I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I think it had 1 annual, and those issues of Demon, those issues Garth Ennis wrote, all the second annual. Yeah, that's all Garth Ennis' stuff right there. Not surprising, it's $125 because it's over 1,100 pages. So,
well, it's an omnibus.
Yes, Hitman was a book by Andes. I have read a little bit of it. It's not terrible. It's weird thing is he likes interacting with Batman a lot in this book.
Well, remember, Batman hates Superman, but the one Superman you respect is Superman, not the one you respect.
I think that's it.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, that was the last one. Now, Hevia, the moment you've been waiting for. Go nuts.
Yeah, like I said before, during nothing my rage, I had said one more time. Sonic Hero failed because of a terrible book. Also, it proved my point. I was living day 1. George Christ should do my plan and did not know. I'm sorry. John Azup had failed. Sonic Hero failed. And then Superman John Kent failed. Nothing works. It's hard to listen to me on GM no. Send the Sun may be my Secret Super Sun series. I'll admit that. But I don't care. If I get a Secret Super Sun, I'll bite that bullet. Sue me. I'm a sucker about it for kid characters. I give it a back. Why kids get to survive? Mine get survive as well. I would not let that go. I would keep fighting it till I die. Same with Spider-Man, same with John. I fight you now, baby. After this video we got, same as I'm looking forward to. Flash, I dropped a long time ago because I get so bored. I just can't do it anymore with the science bird writing. Not that great. I'm not looking forward to. Sure, I'm looking forward to. Batman, I dropped out a long time ago. Green Lantern, I love Green Lantern Amazing. And that's all that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now with that out of the way, I thought this was a pretty decent solicitation. I mean, we got the House of Brainiac storyline. Chip Zdarsky is moving on to his next story arc, still with Zur-En-Arrh as an overarching villain. But I'll probably go into my own feelings about that with my upcoming video. Has Chip Zdarsky's run fallen off? Any final thoughts before we wrap up tonight?
Yeah. Oh wait, Nick, you go first.
It seems like when it comes to when they did the trade paperbacks, a lot of them, at least half of them, were basically releasing all the paperback books for books I already own.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. It's like, okay, so we have 2 Nightwing trades released that month. We have Volume 3 coming out, which is basically a paperback version, and the hardcover Volume 5. Okay. And like, I thought the Hitman book was interesting. The fact they included that. That was like the only like really old school book they included there for the omnibus stuff. Though they also included Secret Six. Obviously.
That is true. That is true.
Now, of all the books they have there, the Superman books are still very interesting, especially that Power Girl book that features Crush. That I'm very interested in reading when it comes out. There's not a particular book from DC. The Scooby books, I'm not interested in those. But for the superhero ones, there's not a book I'm not interested in.
Yep.
All the books I'm interested in reading. So, I'm interested. I kind of wish, basically, aside from Teen Titans, we also get another Robin book. Not the Tim Drake Robin book that Mick Fitzmartin did. I'm talking about another book for Damian. Because for Damian, it's not doing much of anything right now. Aside from
He's technically Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Now, Joshua Williamson, he's admitted on multiple occasions he does have a nostalgia bias for Tim Drake and his tenure and all of Tim's accomplishments in the 90s. But would you say he's turning Damian into another Tim Drake 2.0, or is he just allowing Damian to mature as a character?
I think he turned Damian into 2.0.
Yeah. And also, with when he did his book for Rob with Damian, it was just a love letter to Chuck Dixon's time writing the character. Because a lot of the characters featured in the book were, like, with the exception of Connor Hawk, a lot of the characters are not they're not some of Josh Williams' creations. Like, if you read that first 12 issues, a lot of those characters are, in fact, Chuck Dixon characters, with the exception of Connor Hawk. Now, Williamson himself basically had no idea that Connor Hawk was not a Chuck Dixon character. He assumed that because he wrote the series. I'm sure some people may have assumed that too. But then I told him that in a very polite manner, Dixon didn't create Connor Hawk, that was Kelly Pudick. And he seemed very surprised about that. Same person who created Cassandra Cain. Kelly Pudick also created that character too.
That is true.
Yes. Now, I think him not knowing that may have been a slip up maybe on his part. He simply just didn't know. He probably assumed that because Chuck Dixon wrote the Green Arrow ongoing series. Williamson himself, like when I have talked to him in person, because I've met a few times, he seems like a guy that you can easily talk to. I've listened to interviews with him. Great guy. Yeah. He clearly does care about comics. Yeah, he may have nostalgia, but at least he writes stories people do want to read.
Yep.
Because, with the exception of what happened to Dark Crisis, that was basically his appointment, but he writes good stories. He doesn't like if you think of any book he's written, he doesn't put any political stuff in the comics. He doesn't do any woke content. All he does is do good stories. He may do big stories, but he doesn't do, with the exception of Dark Crisis, I think it's the only thing he's ever done. but he doesn't do.
Hey, he wrote Night
popular.
Terrors.
Yeah, Night. I don't think he worked. I think he worked on the Flash tie-in for Night Terrors.
No. He wrote the entire event.
He's there all the
All
time.
I'm gonna say on that, let me just intercut this right quick. All I'm gonna say on that is that Joshua Williams is not an event guy. Now, Dark Crisis specifically, that was a lot of editorial mandate, and Joshua Williams was fighting an uphill battle. So he just made the best out of a bad situation. But Nick, you were saying?
Yes. Like, if anybody points to a book to start with Williamson for DC Comics, some people think, oh, his first book was Flash. No, that was not the first book he wrote for DC. It was I Voodoo.
I what?
Yeah, I Voodoo was a Wildstorm character DC brought back for a year. He mentioned it in an interview that he wrote that book. He just did it. He wrote the book just to get in the door because he really didn't want to work at DC Comics. And then he went back to Marvel to do Illuminati.
Didn't the Voodoo book didn't do well? It tanked and it went nowhere.
Yeah,
Again, he only did it to get his foot in the door.
Yeah, that is not entirely his fault. The reason why he did I Voodoo, he just did it because he was told to write it, and he did. And then of course he came back to DC, and the joke was I remember that press conference of WonderCon, and Jeff John's like, Josh Williamson, what are you doing here? Because apparently he's known Williamson for years.
That's cool.
Yeah, Williamson, when he writes ongoing series, none of them are bad. Like, case in point, The Flash.
Yep.
The Flash was good. Every single issue. Yes, the last arc he did basically retire Eobard Thawne. But it was a damn good book. Heck, this guy wrote some issues of Justice League.
He also wrote Speed Metal tie-in. Speed Metal tie-in, awesome. I love that tie-in. Death Metal. Death Metal was a mess. Death Metal was a mess. But damn, that tie-in with D. Wally White and Ian Wally and all that. Fuck, Future State did not exist.
There was one book that people thought that when he wrote this book, he should run the main Justice League book, and that was Justice League versus Suicide Squad. That book was so good, people wanted him to replace Brian Hitch as the writer because Hitch, good artist, not that good of a writer.
The only good story I liked out of his run were two stories. One, the Time Tower story I really got into the story with John could say about his mom. I love that story. Two, the Future Kids. The Future Kid went into concept. I do like that story. Some people like, Hunter was one of his kids. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. If he was, then I didn't know about that.
That was, I think it was Hitch's last story he worked on the book. But the book itself also suffered from the fact that he kept delaying that story for a long time, and DC probably got fed up with his freaking delays, so they basically brought in Phil and Rob Williams.
Getting America. Getting America doing that story.
Yes. Because I think a lot of people were very disappointed with Justice League because it was one of two books under DC where people were very disappointed with because it's like you're it's just like versus Random Monsters. I'm like, what's wrong fighting suit villains?
Yeah, I don't get that. Was weird.
Yes.
It was a concept, but I like the story. It got
confusing. He wrote a couple times since then. He wrote the tie-in for, I think it was for the Dark Knight Metal crossover. He did. For Death Metal. No,
that was Death Metal. It was Dark Metal, not Death Metal.
Yeah. He also did some issues of Batman twice. The Button and
No, Tom King. Tom King wrote the Button.
Yeah, Tom King wrote it he wrote it with Williamson.
Yes, it was a collab together.
Yes. Of course, currently you can see him on Green Arrow, Superman, and Batman and Robin. And also, there is one other comic you can see him on, and it's over at Image. A book known as Duke.
Wait. Oh, yeah, G.I. Joe. I forgot G.I. Joe.
Yeah, he actually has that one. I think he also has Cobra Commander as well.
I like Cobra Commander too. Holy shit, that would be a Megatron I not see coming.
Yes. There's no denying the fact that he's busy, and somehow it takes time to write 5 comic books. But the thing is, he's not like Bendis. Some people think, he's doing too many comics. He's like new Bendis. He isn't. Like the thing is, do all his books come out the same week? No, they don't.
Yeah.
They come out different weeks.
Unlike
Now-
Bendis, who know the fuck what he's doing, his story all crappy. Judgment story all smaller than brain.
Tevia, let me finish.
Yes, when it comes to anything ongoing he's worked on, they're all really. I've never come across anything bad he's worked on. It's just that he's more known for his DC work than his one series he's over at Marvel. And my theory, the reason why they canceled him on it because he jumped over DC.
Pretty much.
Question: what's going on with it? Was it the Hickman Illuminati team?
No,
Or was it the all no different Marvel Illuminati team?
I think it was all different. It was the team led by the Hood.
Oh yeah, that guy. I forgot he's still a thing. Is he dead or is he alive?
And I heard something recently. Someone said he was out as gay. Like,
I didn't know about that.
yeah, I heard about it recently. Like, what? When was he out as
Since when?
gay? Yeah, I don't know. I've read a lot of comics featuring him. He's barely been featured the last decade. I'm like, what comic was he out as gay?
I don't get it. That's
It's weird.
and stupid. He's a villain.
But,
He's a serious villain.
The comics themselves, I mean, yes, Zardesky's ones get a little bit, tiring, but I'm still going to read it because, like Batman, I do like some of Zardesky's other works that he's worked on. But if you think about it right now, Zardesky, I think this is the other book he's working on because he's not working on Daredevil right now. So
Daredevil ended. The Jordan ended.
yeah, right. I think this is the other book he's working on now, just as one book.
Yep.
But very interesting April solicits.
Yep.
Definitely. As for my final thoughts, again, I was a little annoyed about the whole Super Sons revamp, especially with Trinity. I feel like it's blatant fan service. And I just don't
have
see
a Dark Trinity.
Yep. We already have a Dark Trinity. And
It's
arguably
it's Lex, Roz, and Cersei.
that's not a bad Dark Trinity. I'll give you that. That's not a bad Dark Trinity.
Wait,
Yeah,
that Trinity didn't go in the other Trinity book.
No, that's basically if you're going to create a hypothetical Dark Trinity compared to the main Trinity, Superman, Lex Luthor, Batman, Ra's al Ghul, Wonder Woman, Cersei.
And there's also a magical Trinity too, made up of John Constantine, Santana, and I think Deadman.
Then also the Dark Trinity was right in the Outlaws with Bizarro, Artemis, and Leonard.
I guess they work. They get the job done. But even with that, my feelings is that I just don't see the Super Sons being really a valuable IP. We've had multiple collabs on this, Tevye, and even with Pika Shades. I've told you this multiple times. It's just not.
It's not fair. We would not be
Tevye, just hear me out. Just let me cook.
Okay.
Did it garner an audience? Yes. Did it have appeal to multiple demographics? Especially. Yes. But it doesn't change the fact that commercially it was a flop. It was roughly 90-something thousand in sales, and then it tanked almost immediately. It never made those numbers back. I think the highest it got was 45,000.
I still blame marketing. If marketing put the book stronger, and we would not be here. Bendis fucked that book over. We would not be in this mess. Also, could have been wrong with this one. Black Girl with a book that probably didn't do well. That book probably tanked as well. And that book got going.
Okay, all right. Let's run. All right. I'll follow your logic. Devian. Let's apply this in relation to the Super Sons. You have Damian Wayne, an already established character for 15 plus years, and an original conception as far back as Mike Barr's Son of the Demon story in 1987. There are multiple interpretations of this concept. This character has been applied by one of the biggest names in the industry, Grant Morrison, and he's had an overarching character arc that actually was preserved through Flashpoint over the course of 5 to 7 years. John has had a decade of proper continuity, and he's barely done anything other than ensembles and being Clark's mini-me.
Had to get that true.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have. I think in the case of John, they rushed his development.
That's what I've been saying. I've been saying it for years. I've said better.
Let Nick finish, Tevye. He's trying to help you. Let him finish.
Yes. I think aging him up definitely was not a good idea. I'm not sure what the heck Bendis was thinking when he did that. It's something that I know Tivy tends to rant about a lot. I like some of the stuff Bendis did for Superman. I know Tivy hates the stuff that he did, but we are opposite when it comes to that. I mean, I kind of enjoyed his run for Legion of Superheroes.
Everyone has their own opinion, Nick. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yes, and I enjoy Young Justice because, yeah, it may not be like the Peter David Young Justice, but it's called Young Justice. It features the Young Justice characters, all in the regular costumes. Though there was the only thing I do agree with what was really done with the book was the fact you had Tim Drake called Drake for a few
That was
weeks.
a bad idea.
And a doo-doo brown stealth suit. I'm sorry, Nick. There's no defending that.
Thanks, Bendis, the Earth 3 fucking horrible.
I think that in the case of Bendis, he must have realized that was a mistake, so he put him back in the Robin costume, which the Robin costume he wears in that book is actually his original costume from the late 80s, early 90s.
Chuck Dixon one. Yeah.
Yes. They put him in that costume, though when he popped up in Detective Comics, he had like 2 R's on that same attire.
That's for Red Robin.
Yes. Now, I don't know if he's still Robin right now, or is he Red Robin?
He's Robin.
They can't technically use Red Robin because the Red Robin's young.
Well, no, Red Robin actually established.
Have trademarked the name. So the only way they could use Tim Drake and use that code name is if they either give Red. I'm not going to do it again. But they give Red Robin a cut, or they pay a licensing fee and do it that way. Now you already have a definitive Batman adjacent character. You can make that the official mascot of Red Robin. You could make it work. It's probably going to be a little extra out of pocket, but if you can get Tim Drake popping and actually some momentum for the character, you would make that back in spades.
Yep. And when he had an ongoing series as Red Robin, did you know Chuck Dixon didn't write it?
No, he didn't write it.
No,
it was Fabian Caesar.
Yep.
That was a good writer. He had to write that book good.
Yes. The book itself was basically continuing where Robin left off. Now, Dixon had told me the reason why his second run Robin ended, why it was so short, because he got fired from the book.
Oh, that made me angry. What the fuck?
Yes, that's the reason why his run was so short in that book.
Language, Tevia.
Sorry.
Yes. Now, he also, of course, he did a brief return Nightwing, which I was listed for that Bat Family Year 1, Nightwing Year 1, which that was not a miniseries like the other two were. That was actually 6 issues for the main ongoing.
Before one even got blown up.
Yeah, this was before that. But the whole idea of him doing that, he probably took the idea from Frank Miller.
Yep.
When he did Batman Year 1.
Yep.
Which I've read in an interview, he actually volunteered to do that story.
Yay.
Along with doing Dark Knight Returns, which I think he did. It's a bit confusing. Like, did Dark Returns come out first or Year 1 come out first? That's the question. I've been confused with that for years. Like, which one came out first?
I want to say Dark Knight came out first. Earth 1 was around the same time, but I feel like that's like a 2-week to a month difference. I would have to look it up after the stream.
Yeah, but you at least gotta admit, DC's put something interesting. Also, for this House of Brainiac storyline, are we gonna see Brainiac's son get involved?
Now, this is not to be confused with Brainiac 5. Brainiac 5 is his descendant in the 31st century with the Legion. This is Brainiac 2.0.
Who?
I had to.
Okay. Brainiac's son, Viral Dox, is somewhat of a clone, but he is technically his son. Like, the thing with him is he originally made a cameo back in the Silver Age, and then Keith Giffen revamped him for the 90s as part of a book known as Legion. Legion was simply put basically was basically the present day version of the Legion of Superheroes. They were a mercenary intergalactic police force that had an ongoing series, lasted for a few years, got canceled, relaunched as Rebels, which was still also really good too. Tony Bedard actually wanted his Rebels book to be called Legion, but he was told no, so he got Rebels instead.
We can't use any audio, Tevia. This has to be muted.
No. I'm not using audio. I'm not. I'm just trying to show the image.
Yeah, but in the case of Viral Docs, he is a very interesting character. He has popped up occasionally in his current continuity.
There you are.
But yes, he does have a son. But Brainiac's son also has a son too. And
wait, so he's a grandpappy now?
Not exactly. He found the multiverse.
no, Brainiac is a grandfather.
Speaking of Brainiac, he's in this game.
Really?
What we're getting out of
knew
it.
that
If
was
you're
gonna
curious, one of his members of his team decided to, let's just say, her mating cycle activated, and she decided to do it with Viral, and she
Ew.
got pregnant.
Of course.
Think of it as what happened on Star Trek.
Of course.
Like, oh, Pon Farr get to mate once every 7 years. That's kind of what happened with that character. And they had a son together. And the way the book was written was really weird. Like, he became so smart that Brainiac had that Viral had to lobotomize his own son.
Why?
And then my next book came perfectly fine. Oh, and
Thank God I am a small channel because you literally would have just gotten me demonetized in less than 5 minutes.
I know what I'm getting at
that's
the
what happened
end.
in Legion. I'm just repeating what happened in Legion. And if
Legion.
you're curious, was Keith Giffen running this point in time when this happened? No, he left the book prior to that. But here's the weird thing about that book. There's been like 1 or 2 issues of the book released in trade.
Nice.
And before we wrap up, wasn't Joker killed off in Arkham City?
And Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Oh no, Arkham City he was killed.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I said before, there's a multiverse actually they're doing. It's called Elseworld. If you watch the shooter that killed Joker inside of episode 3, they explain all the endgame stuff. These could so not necessary. And for what I can tell, I knew it's in the audio, but they didn't explain it. Apparently, the Arkham Joker is still dead. This Joker is from another reality, from the multiverse. So basically, in general, I was anticipating my theory is good. Well, not that my theory, or theory that Jeffrey may die, but it's like screw it. We're gonna be another member of Jeffrey for another reality. So wait. So we're killing the Jeffrey guy in this reality, but we're gonna bring another reality to this reality. Is that a cop out? I'm confused.
I'm not going to spoil the game. The only reason I let Tevia pull that up was because I was surprised that there was actual Joker in the game, or at least a version of Joker. So I was more curious about that than anything. But I would have to play or watch a playthrough of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League for myself and make my own conclusion. And I highly recommend you do the same.
Yeah,
but
they are explaining this. Shall I read it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what did you screen share here? Elseworld is comic science. Okay.
It's been a brand grand multiple alternate model of the multiverse. This world and the heaven of the Joker will lie at the heart of conceding DLC sets. Joker into the first season 1 update include March in 24. This variant Joker is younger than an Organiverse counterpart who have been dead for 5 years. Beyond my experience, he ward all the parties to the squad in his world. More team players in the crime. He is still unhinged or doing a Joker with the chaos of a fast-paced combat celebrate doing kinds of movements. Yeah.
I sent you a link, Jay Heat.
Yep. I'm looking at it right now, and
it's for the comic I mentioned, Legion.
Yes, it first appeared in Invasion, which was December 1988. Dark Knight Returns was an Elseworld story, and I believe that was 1980. Hold on, let me get the exact year for this because I want to be sure. What? Just keep talking, Tevia, while I pull this up.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the Legion book lasted 70 issues. The the creators of this organization are the late Keith Giffen, Bill Manslow, and the creator of Spawn himself, Todd McFarlane.
Nice.
Yep. It's an acronym. Legion stands for Licensed Extra Government Interoperative Network. The book itself, I remember it was done by Keith Giffen. I think Alan Grant wrote it too. There was another famous sci-fi comic company at the same time this one was. All some of the same two writers. You want to know what book that was?
What?
The main man himself, Lobo.
Lobo.
Yep. If you read the comics, like, yeah, this comic was definitely made for the 90s. Because a lot of the stuff happening in this book is like, yeah, guys don't do this nowadays in this book. And it's a good thing Lobo's an alien, because otherwise, though, yeah, he'll be arrested for the stuff he does in this book. My gosh.
Yep.
And to answer your year-long question, Dark Knight Returns debuted in 1986. Legion was, or at least their debut, was 1988. So Dark Knight Returns, the original story at least, is 2 years older than Legion.
Yep. But
Nick?
by the way, it's a month the
Yep,
Superman trade comes out in June. And Dark Knight comes out in June as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, June 11th. That wait, Dark Knight comes out May 28th.
Yeah, in story, the reason why the book had relaunched as Rebels because Legion have taken over by an evil AI.
That's Brainiac, I presume.
Nope, not Brainiac.
Yeah.
It was some computer virus started by Val Dox's own son. By the way, Val Dox, the one who is the other Val Dox, the original Val Dox is the original Brainiac.
Of course.
Yep. And the one who's in charge of Legion is his son. His legal name is Val Dox II.
Does he know he followed a monster?
Yeah. So, yes, I was right. It was Keith Giffen, Alan Grant. These guys wrote this book, but they didn't write the whole thing. If I can find the right thing here. Let's see here. Here we go.
June 18 cannot get a closure. When June 18 hits, I will get the Super Gen trade. Because I'm a huge fan of this team.
You do realize... Wait, didn't they just have a Super Son Omnibus just a few months ago?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Jesus.
Right now, let's see. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You think the Super Gen is dead? Wrong! It's not dead.
So, Keith Giffen only did the book for the first 12 issues, issue 28, and that was it.
If all they put into the Super Tens, I win, baby. I win. Oh, that's funny.
Well, in the case of Alan Grant, I didn't know this until last year. Alan Grant is no longer alive.
Aw.
Passed away almost 2 years ago. He was 73.
Why do we keep reading these great guys? It's breaking my heart. If Pierre didn't die this year,
I spoke to this with Graham Nolan, where like any major Batman creator from the 90s, with the exception of him, Chuck, Kelly Jones, and like one or two others, no one else is around anymore. They're all gone. And even he realizes that too.
That's sad, depressing.
Because it's like think about people like there's one here, Norm Boffinger.
Yeah.
He worked on Robin. He passed away like, let's see.
I want to say 5 years ago.
2018.
Yeah, it's 5-6 years ago. I was close.
Damn.
Tom Lau, 2019. And he worked on Starman and Robin. I think Scott McDaniel's still around.
I want to say Scott McDaniel's still alive. I want to say he's still alive.
Not many. I mean, if you think of any like
was.
Superman creators, as far as I can tell, they're all still around.
That's good news.
Yes.
And Wonder Woman. What about her?
I think the only one so rep.
Way out later.
I think only. Excuse me. I think of all people who wrote the title from like post crisis to recently, I think only 2 people have since passed away. George Perez and Lean Ween.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm trying to find out exactly. Okay, so I found out exactly what issues that Alan Grant worked on for Legion. He did the first 39 issues, and issues 50, 51, and that's it. He also was the original writer for that Demon ongoing that Garth Dennis did some issues for.
Speaking of serial, who wrote Omega Man in DCU?
That was a reintroduction of a old title. I want to say the Omega Men were from the Bronze Age. I can't tell you if it was.
I'm trying to think. The guy who wrote that book, I think it was Tom King.
Yep.
I can add a screenshot. Maybe I can find that quick.
What about the Challengers of the Unknown? Did they get a revamp during DCYU or am I?
No. They got a revamp in after Dark Red Metal, the OG Dark Red Metal.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
When did it come out? 2018, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Tom King. He did the revamp book, which you read the book. Someone said, "Oh, Kyle Rayner's in the book."
Yep.
Which I did not realize Kyle Rayner was in the book because the artwork.
Yeah, they all did not look good. I found the cover.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so he's in the book. He's wearing a mask because people know his face. Like, how can anybody tell that's Kyle Rayner? He's wearing a mask with a cross in front of it.
Yeah, it looks weird. Like, who is this guy? That's not Kyle Rayner with the hood.
And Tibby, if you notice, basically on the far, click on right here next to banner.
Right here, Tevia. Right where my mouse is.
Oh, got that.
Oh.
Where it says Omega Men, that cover. No.
Look to your left, Tevia. Down. Left. All the way in the far left corner. Your other left.
Oh.
Down. It has that two-page banner.
Okay.
Right here. There we go.
Yeah, the OG Omega Man.
Yeah, that's Keith Giffen and Marv Wolfman. Issue 3 is famous for the debut of Lobo.
The main man.
Yes, and here's the thing. You know, people tend to think, oh, the debut is the big bodybuilder people know him for? Nope. He was actually a skinny guy. Not as skinny as the pretty Lobo we had for New 52. Oh, no, this was so different. He was thin. Really thin. Oh, my gosh. It was 1983 when he made his debut. Look up basically Omega Man number 3.
Okay.
3 hours later, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Lobo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, he's so thin there, isn't he?
He looks weird. He
kinda
looks beyond Lobo. He looks like
Yeah, that's Lobo in his debut appearance. No jacket. My only guess is the reason why Keith Giffen featured him in Justice League International because he helped create the character.
That's true.
It's good reason because this Lobo, I'm sorry, I hate the design. It's not my favorite.
Well, that's Keith Giffen's design because he was an artist before he was a writer.
That's true, yeah.
He actually did both. He's done both writer and artwork. He's done a lot. In later years, he does more writing than artwork. He does more writing than artwork. But another famous book aside from Mega Man and Justice League he worked on was Legion of Superheroes. He had a very lengthy run for superheroes. He's one of those prolific writers. Yeah. And fun fact, one of the Mega Men is Starfire's brother.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Thank God this team
Because
ended.
if you notice that one member is a Tamaranian, orange skin, looks like Starfire.
Yep.
That's Starfire's brother.
And wait, didn't he make an appearance in Teen Titans 03 during the engagement episode, or am I misremembering?
No. I didn't know, Kyoto.
Okay, thank you.
We had Blackfire involved.
Yeah, and of course, basically, people know about her famous sister, Blackfire.
Wait, when did Supergirl into these characters? I don't remember that happening.
It was probably pre-crisis Supergirl who was in that book.
Golden Age.
Well, technically, Supergirl debuted in the Silver Age.
Oh, thank you for clearing that up.
In Silver Age, not the Golden Age. Did Kingdom Mega Man stop being canon paid for the Supergirl 26? Oh, did it for the from
Hold on, let me put you at solo, Nick. Vintage.
Yeah, this is a poster I got from a store. This is the debut of Supergirl.
Nice.
If you can see it. Yeah.
Now we can.
Yeah. That's the this special cover to feature debut of Kira Zor-El. Though they did have a prototype debut prior to that. Shoot, drop on the floor. Debut issue Superman 123.
Yep.
Yeah. Great guns, a girl who's flying. I must be Jimmy. No, Supergirl, and I've got all your I'm Supergirl, I've got all your powers.
Yep.
And the Silver Age, yeah, it was a
weird. And also she had a talking horse who also can transform into a guy.
It was weird.
Then he gets
pretty Lobo.
I hate this guy.
Then he gets reintroduced in the 90s, and it's terrible.
But this Lobo here that Tim is showing, that's the pretty Lobo. The Lobo everybody hated. Because that is not Lobo. That's the pretty Lobo.
Some asshole who's not Lobo at all.
Yeah, and his last appearance was in Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, where he was in a bottle for some strange reason.
Yep.
Issue 12.
Yeah, issue 12. And you have a guy about to smash the bottle to free him, and John's like, no, don't worry about him.
That made me laugh. That was funny. I laughed so hard like that. Was, thank you. You got rid of that imposter. Problem solved.
Because even Venditti must have realized, though, basically having this guy around was stupid.
Yep.
I wonder whose bright idea was to create this character, because
I guess it was a throwback to his original design, but even his original design, I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, they did bad. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
He killed the original Lobo. Bullshit. No way. The main man would do this jerk. You would kick this guy's ass.
Oh, Tim, you had that cover you just showed before that one? Not that one.
Right there. Nope.
No, not that one.
Okay.
The one
okay.
Hang on. Oh yeah, this one.
Old school Lobo. Not that
one. Scroll down.
Not that one.
No, not that one. All right, go back to the headless Lobo.
Okay.
Okay, now scroll down. Scroll up. Right there. There you go.
That's from Lobo Volume 2. That's the Simon Bashi cover.
Nice.
That's from the Alan Grant Keep Giving run.
Yep.
Can you believe this comic lasted for 50 issues?
It did.
That's cool.
It did.
And here's something sad. That run is not a trade.
What? It's done badass.
The first volume's in trade. This volume is not.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Same thing with Legion.
That thing's in trade?
Yes, that was in trade.
Why? No one looked
Here's
at
the
that.
weird thing about that book. One standalone trade and most everything else collected in its own book and Sinestro.
With no one gets that much character, he's gone and obsolete.
Yes, for some reason, because Kalama wrote Sinestro and Lobo, DC decided to collect issues of Lobo in Sinestro.
He ought to pay New 52 Supergirl. That was horrible.
New 52 Supergirl wasn't terrible.
No. The book went bad. It's the Lobo stuff I hate. Like,
yeah, Lobo was not that good. But the the problem with New 50 Supergirl here's really weird. It's like once the book ended, issue 40, no one saw her again until Final Days of Superman.
Yep.
You find that
No,
weird?
yeah, I do find that weird. She was absent for like a year.
So New Superboy, he was bye-bye. Like, no one get him out of the character.
Yeah,
He was
and
killed
I think,
off in Superman Doomed.
No. He was killed out in Krypton Returns. Then came
yes,
back.
he came back in
Train wreck.
Teen Titans number 3.
Well, yeah, it also came out this train wreck Paradox with John Wayne Kent.
Yeah, he came back there. Then he popped up in the next fight. I've spoken to Liddell about this run, where I never felt the run was finished. Even he felt as though that the ending never. It felt as though that run, that story, never had a conclusion. It just ended for no reason. And then you had Greg Pak do a backstory for Cassandra Sandmark, which is a good backstory. I like what they did with that one. And Bernard due to the final issues, but I don't know exactly what Will Pfeiffer was thinking when it came to that run. And the fact he had to bring in Liddell to work on some of the issues and bring in Connor for no reason. He's there for a few issues, disappears. And yes, Mark Cho was there too from the future, which is weird. They didn't really explain why. It's like, and the most stupid. Why am I hearing static?
Oh, it's not static. It's just the air conditioner.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I had with the book was the way they introduced the new version of the Elite.
Yep.
Where like, oh, here they are. Here's the Elite. We gave you all the members. Like, here you go. Comes completely out of nowhere. We had no build up for this. It just, oh, here you go. And it's made up of a new guardian. You don't know who the heck this guy is. I think it was the Calvin Rich boy from the End of Senti book. I believe Connor was part of this team. I think Cassie was part of this team too. Actually, no, Connor was not part of the team. It was basically the weird thing this book was that you feature Manchester Black in the book, and like this Elite, it just like poof, like no recruitment. It just there. It was completely random when they showed up. Now, the joke some people had about that run was Wonder Girl's attire. How the heck is her top holding up without straps on?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest things because people poke fun of that. Oh, look, it's Manchester Black. Oh, yeah, that is actually the second Power Girl, who was last featured in Christopher Reeve's Deathstroke book.
Deathstroke Defiance, I believe it was, if I remember. I don't think she's had an appearance since then.
Yeah, and the one thing I did appreciate about the book, and I'm so happy Priest didn't do this, he didn't have it where Tanya basically spent the night with Slade. That would have been creepy.
Wait. Oh, now I remember this.
Yeah, because she was a recurring character in that book, and for some reason, her powers made her Lego giant size. I'm like, she inherited Power Girl's powers. And her power is she can fly and she go giant size.
Yes.
Like, that was weird. I don't know exactly the reason why.
Wait, why didn't you look like Too Big now? That was weird.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I read this book, but yeah, and the fact that a lot of people have a problem with Brett Booth's artwork throughout the Scott Lobdell run.
Good. I'm sorry.
When he wrote the book, he actually put a better artist in the book.
They're all bad as well.
And look, if you scroll down a little bit, Tivia, that cover for Teen Titans Volume 5, number 1, people were more insulting. Yeah. Like not that one. That was Volume 4. The one for the relaunch.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah. People were concerned of basically how the heck are Sue standing up like that. Like people were more noticing of that than anything else about this cover. And also the fact that Raven looks awful in that outfit
I
she's wearing.
hate that.
Honest to
outfit.
God, her worst character
Yeah.
design. That is not a good design at all.
Tinder guys called it also horrible. Like,
No,
what
granted,
the hell is this?
I prefer the Kingdom Come cowl design better, but this is just a basic wingsuit. Like,
It's Falcon. It's Falcon from Marvel, but for DC, it's horrible.
Yes. Oh, and Superboy didn't wear that outfit in the book. That was for the cover. And also, if you're curious, who brought Raven in the current continuity?
Scott
Would you like
Liddell.
Nope.
Oh.
It was Dan DiDio.
Of course. I should know you would mess my girl.
Yeah, and also, for some strange reason, Liddell brought in Beast Boy. He was red because the connection to the red. And then book got relaunched. He's back being green again for no reason. Bart Torres ran away in the book, and then he disappears, never seen again.
Good. You got terrible character like my boy John. He got wait a minute.
I'm not sure what was the reason for the whole storyline in the first place. Like they were kind of people thought this was Bart. No, it was Bart. It's just some time travel from the future.
Some second about murder.
Basically, the speedster equivalent of Booster Gold. Now, at least that's from what I remember.
Not exactly. He a murderer. He killed people. I'm not kidding.
One thing bad about the story arc is that it introduced John Lane Kent,
who was also an imposter and second murderer.
Yes, and a lot of people didn't like when he took over the Superboy book. So, one person decided to call this book, here I'm viewing John Lane Kent number 27. Because it's not Connor.
You know what's funny? John Lane Kent looks like this. He looks like Imposter John.
Yes.
How ironic.
But the new 52 Connor Kent was never called Connor.
No.
They call him Con.
It's stupid.
I do not know the reason for this at all. And this also period of time where DC was saying yes and no if in fact Death of Superman was canon.
Yep.
This was during a time where DC was trying to have their cake and eat it too, and it did not bode well for them.
It failed.
Yeah, and they introduced basically Young Justice version of Artemis, who got killed off one annual, and then next thing, she's alive and well. What? And then she was never seen again.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't that Teen Titans number 3 for that volume?
Yeah, that terrible annual.
One at a time, gentlemen. Nick.
Okay.
It was a very weird volume ending. It's like, really? This is like end the book? And that was last time I saw Harvest. And then he appeared as Loose Nation during the Wolf Pfeiffer run. And then we get to Red Ellis Volume 2 where, he's dead.
It's good. The killer is a bad killer anyway, so why not kill him off for himself?
Yeah, they'll kill him off. They never really said who killed him. It just that he just found his body.
Which I'm glad he died because nobody ever killed him. Scott doesn't get rid of him, just thank God. Because finally, that asshole is dead from himself.
I'm not sure exactly who's it. I don't know if it was Lobdell said to kill him off.
He created the killer.
Yeah. One thing that was kind of weird about this, the weird thing about this was that Red Hood brought in the Suicide Squad to this facility.
Yep.
And I think it's applied to the same facility from the culling, but it didn't look like it.
Well, remember, that base got self-destructed. It got blown up.
Yeah, but I would at least like some continuity with like maybe some ruins and some nowhere technology.
I would not. I do not like nowhere. I not giving each other today, but I hate that one. So I'm just glad we got rid of Harvest. Good. We got rid of the jerk. Now we don't do the Angels character ever again. Oh yeah. Speaking of characters that got rid of, the Lavengers. Those characters are obsolete and also dead. I think. I don't
Not really. They were basically put into by some weird knife that Deathstroke had.
Yeah.
It was really weird of an ending for the book. I do not know exactly of why in the world Howard Mankey decided to end the book that way for. It's like, oh, let's just basically have where all the Ravengers basically stab with this weird knife, and have it where that Caitlin Fairchild featured in the book is not the legit Caitlin Fairchild; it's a clone.
A clone.
Yes, and allegedly this one murdered her father, Alexander Fairchild, who, from what I read, was supposed to be Wilde's version of Nick Fury.
I don't give a damn Wallace to him. I don't follow those creators.
Yes, that's what I've heard about the character. He was also featured in Team 7. And the weird thing is about this team, Connor was featured in the book occasionally. He was not official member of the team. But other than all the members, only Beast Boy and Terran featured since then. The rest of the team have disappeared from comics. Caitlin Fairchild.
Oh, I'm so forgot about
This Caitlin Fairchild. She did make a cameo in the final issue of Gail Simone's Batgirl run, but that was it for her. This whole team never appeared ever again, never mentioned. It's not because basically the reputation of the name. It's just that I think DC has no plan for these characters at all.
Pretty much.
What fake back? No one gave a damn about the Lavender. Same as the movie of Blue Lag got canceled. That one, bye-bye. Lavender terrible boat up out nowhere. Teen Giant got screwed over.
Oh, look, it's Rogue's Rebellion.
Yep.
Which, that was a good book.
That was.
I don't think it was Francis Miller who wrote that book. I think it was somebody else who wrote that book. That is from Francis Miller about Reach Law, but Rogue Solution, I think, was written by the writers of the book at the time because they also had Arkham War. That was really good. Tomasi did that. Book was amazing.
I hate the design so bad.
Still say that's a bad design.
Yes. One thing also weird about Ravengers, they also featured the Chief as a supporting character in the book. And he had a security. Get this. His security system was the Animal Vegetable Mineral Man. Oh my gosh. Why the heck did Howard Mankey thought this was a good idea for the Ravengers base to have their... Okay, so let's have this AI based upon a cheesy villain from the 60s. Now, unless you're a hardcore comic fan, you probably have no idea who the heck the Animal Vegetable Mineral Man is. He is an old school Doom Patrol villain who's occasionally made appearances over the years. His last appearance was in the Vine that came forward Flashpoint.
Yep. Oh, yes, we had Warblade and Rose came back. Wait, what? Warblade?
Rose was an agent for Nowhere prior to the culling. It's a whole thing.
No,
Tibia, type in Animal Vegetable Mineral Man, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
No, new vintage.
By far, one of the cheesiest villains ever introduced in comics, and he's
actually live action in Doom Patrol.
I still haven't watched Doom Patrol yet, but
that show is great. I love that show.
Would you agree? This is one of the most cheesiest villains ever introduced in comics.
Yeah, this guy's weird.
And he debuted I think he debuted in the Silver or the Bronze Age. I could be wrong. Silver,
yeah.
Thank you. Even for Silver Age standards, this character was wacky. Like no one could take this guy seriously.
I know he's okay, that's funny. I must watch that episode. I gotta watch that episode. That sounds fun.
He also popped up for an episode Batman Brave and the Bold.
He did. That was a Doom Patrol tribute episode. The only difference is Beast Boy doesn't make an appearance.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's weird.
There's a cameo in one of the recruitment scenes, but no, he never appears in person.
Yeah, it is so bizarre of a character. And this guy appears in AI in Ravengers.
Why?
I don't know why. Yeah, Doom Patrol was known for having, like, if anybody's ever read Silver Age Doom Patrol, it is some of the most wackiest stuff I have ever read, like, you'll ever read. Like, if you think Brain Mission Marlowe is weird, this is weirder.
Yep.
However, here's one for you. A character called Shrapnel.
Never heard of him.
Who's a big, bulky robot they had to fight for a couple issues. Who, fun fact, he also appeared on episodes of Arrow.
Yep. Also, Warblade, I remember one more time. This guy was a
Warblade
Lavender.
was Stormwatch, Tevia. Warblade was Stormwatch, and get fun fact, in Stormwatch they were heroes. So in the new 52 they turned old Stormwatch heroes into villains / anti-heroes.
Yeah, it makes
Why?
sense.
Why couldn't this
Here's some
hero?
more weird villains that the Doom Patrol is known for having.
Yeah.
As much as I want to continue this conversation, gentlemen, it's almost 3
it's on midnight.
So let's get to any final thoughts and anything you guys like to promote.
Final thought. My body you guys are doing for 23. I did my own video. You guys are doing a day ago. With damn time for getting old. But my most people coming up for that year. Well, for April or Sing the Suns. I'm buying a book no matter what. Because Super Suns sue me. I love that team. I will get the Super Complete Time trade. Again, I love that team. And because some of it ever. Actually, I'm looking forward to. So I'm looking forward to how to play acting out with everything. Power I'm skipping. I can't do Power. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's bad. I love getting my Green Road meeting. I will be on channel ACB. I've been busy. I'm sorry. What is coming out this week? Oh yeah. I will be in Tiny Beast World final issue. I think they're coming this week. But everything you guys are doing, I think are good this year, even though some book I know forward to. It's coming back. As for what kind of a channel, I will be in Tiny Beast World. I think that comes out this week. I think the final issue. I don't remember. That's coming out tomorrow. What's coming out tomorrow? Oh. As for movies, I am actually seeing at the movie after Wednesday. A movie called Gun Wagon, I think. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it.
All right, Nick Lenz, anything you'd like to promote before we wrap up?
Yeah, his video's coming tomorrow. I was going to do a video today, but I have to save it for tomorrow. It's going to be on the final episode of The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, and the first episode of the new season of Toshimochi Moonlight Fantasy, and maybe a comic book or two.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, I found it. This is the movie I've seen tomorrow. On Wednesday.
Nice.
Yep.
As for me, I'm working on my SWTOR playthroughs, my Mass Effect playthroughs, which I have recently started. And I was fan requested to actually, well, technically I had already planned this anyway, but the fan request came through anyway. A full Damian Wayne retrospective and why people love and or hate the character. So stay tuned for that one.
I can't wait to see that.
Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Damian Wayne myself personally, but the character is popular and has a solid IP. So hey, might as well do some research and hey, do a quick retrospective for y'all.
I can cooperate with you on that one. I can help.
Sure. I'll DM you privately and we can set it up.
All right.
And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, everybody, and flame off.